All right. I don't want anyone who I know, any of my people, don't ever bring up anything that has to do with YouTube, with people on YouTube that don't have an identity. I want to get this discussed. This is the last time I will be explaining this to everyone. You heard me loud and clear. Just
I
respect
know
what
any
I'm
of my
asking, and that's
people
it. It is not
don't
negotiable,
ever
right?
bring up
The people
anything
on
that has to
YouTube,
do
right? There's
with
all sorts of people
YouTube,
on
with
YouTube
people
from all
on
over the
YouTube
world.
that
There is
don't
no
have an
group of
identity.
people on
I
YouTube,
want to get this
right,
discussed. This is the
that
last
have
time I will
anything to
be
do with me.
explaining this to
I
everyone. You heard
don't
me loud and clear.
know
Just respect
anything
what I'm
about what you're
asking, and
talking
that's
about. I
it. It
don't know
is
who
not
you're talking about,
negotiable,
and I'm
right?
tired of answering the
The
same
people on
premise and
YouTube,
question over and over
right?
again.
There's all sorts of
None of that
people on
stuff
YouTube.
exists. They don't exist. They don't have an identity. It's been addressed, and I'm tired of people making me repeat myself. You understand? It is completely unnecessary. And furthermore, the next qualm, right, is that there's nobody online who makes money off my name. Nobody. Nobody thinks these things, you know what I mean? And it's all good. I'm not upset about it, but I just need everyone to understand the basic premise that I have to correct everyone. There is nobody who makes money off my name. I would never allow it. It's common sense. And this is the reason why I don't have people or allow or let anybody speak about something that concerns something that really is, my personal business. It's things that I went through. It's a federal lawsuit I've already put together that I'm filing a lawsuit. I don't need people talking about anything that has to do with that. Okay. Just because I'm talking about it doesn't mean anyone else needs to. You understand? It's just clear as day, right? So I've established that. I'm not going to continue to repeat myself. I've told you all my boundaries. You will respect it. You understand? That's number one. Number two, right? They, if you notice, the agents that they sent, right, and the things that they did, right, because I have a right to speak on it, it doesn't mean people have to repeat me, right? But the things that have happened, right, we all know they're very serious concepts. They're very serious things I went through. That's why it's very personal. And I take it like I have to take it to heart if people are saying and talking about, a group of individuals that doesn't have an identity and I don't discuss and don't talk about. I mean, I can only ask so many times, do not talk about that. I do not want to hear about it because I completely got away from that stuff. So don't bring it to me. You understand? It doesn't work that way. Okay. So I'm going to say this again. I don't deal with anyone on YouTube, right? YouTube is a massive worldwide platform. There is tons of people who are a part of YouTube. People who get on YouTube who, try to pretend they're a part of something over here. How are you a part of this? That's all, just a basic question. I would love to hear somebody answer the question. Like I said, the reason why you all don't have a chat room is because you're not a part of this, right? And you're going to respect me and my show and what I do for a career. And since a lot of these people they have no self-worth, self-value, or self-respect, I'm not going to play games and allow you to start coming over here, right? And trying to play games and tamper with my business, which is my full-fledged career and my actual livelihood and how I survive. Now, again, what I'm saying is the truth about everyone, right? Which is nobody's contributed one red penny. Nobody's contributed one red cent. Nobody. And like I said, that's weird. The reason I'm pointing out is because what it's looking at, the way it's looking right now, is that these Masons, like I said, have basically staged everything and surrounded me, right? And created a whole like weird stalking situation, right, on their part to where they're trying to suppress me, play mind games with me, continue to go, past my boundaries. And again, all of that, no, you can't do that. And the more that you do that, no matter what you're on or how you go about doing it, the more you do it, the more evidence that you're giving me for court purposes. Okay. I do not deal with y'all. I do not conversate with you. You understand? Do not like just you have to stop all them antics. It does not work that way. I don't have to ask, you just have to because that's the law. You understand? None of you are above the law. There's nothing funny. And this is why that agent, like I said, we had the whole conversation today and I clarified everything. That was why he had to remove his videos. Okay? This is why I keep winning. This is why I keep my show clean and I have made everything perfectly clear. My words are not in vain. They are not a waste of time. They are the words you will listen to. The only priority that everyone should have is how I feel because I have the power to dictate who I deal with, who I talk to, the relationships I build. who I want to let be a part of anything I'm building. I'm the one who makes the decisions at the end of the day. So, like I said, I'm going to continue to remind and tell everyone, listen, this is my boundary. You're not going to pass it. This is what it is. That's it. Because there's too many people on this network who are trying to achieve an identity through me and trying to live through me vicariously. And that is insane. I don't know these people. I don't deal with you. And there is no these people because they don't have an identity. You understand? And that's it. So we're going to start the new show. And now you know what the fuck it is. All right.
Okay, let's see if he restarts real quick.
Check wall.
What is this shit? Nope. Alright, maybe blacked out for a minute there. Hopefully he'll start back up pretty quickly here. Let me see if I can find something else worth putting on.
Everybody can talk. Reason being, we need to make
There we
connections on
go.
here. We need to make real friends on here. We need to make connections. We need to get the support of the public. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I'm able to talk to the public. There is nothing that anyone can do towards me, say towards me. All them games are over with. Like I said, I left all those people behind. I defeated the witches' covens. I've defeated all the masonry. And I have everything, but I have nothing to lose. You understand? I'm untouchable. You feel me? So at the end of the day, the chat is open now, and I would like to start doing live streams all the time, consistently, right? And open up the gates, so to speak, to the new world that I've built in the new realm, right? Which is all about freedom, right? Because I'm not in anybody's under anybody's power or anything. I'm under my own power, and I do what I want to do. You understand? So all of you have a right and a way to talk here. If you are banned from the program, you will not come over here. And again, I do not need to give you an explanation of your account being blocked. Your account will clearly be blocked if you have been banned from the program. If you were banned from the program, it's probably because you don't have any purpose being here. You're not here to be productive. You're not here to be progressive. You're not here to help me out. You're not here on any good terms. Now, all you have to do is become a subscriber for 5 minutes and you can type in the chat. Okay? And there's nothing that you're going to tell me or say to me that's going to bother me. You understand? Because God is in control of everything and I'm just good regardless. God provides, right? So, like I said, be a man. This is why I actually inspire people to be a man and speak publicly and stand up. I never hid my face. I show my face. I show who I am. There's more overcompensation, more of that fake racing that they're not really racing and none of them know how to race. Welcome to the valley. But like I said, all of you have an avenue to type here. Okay. Like I said, the problem with the public is they're all entitled, they're all selfish, they're all negligent, they're all ignorant, and they think that the world, that people owe them something. The world doesn't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. People don't owe you anything, right? But all of you owe me. You owe me money because you come here and you watch me. Okay? If you don't want to watch me, nobody's making you. You don't have to. Okay? Skedaddle, get on somewhere, get the hell out of here, right? And you don't have to come to my show. But we need to have that
I
chat
was
open. Why?
gonna
Because we
try to
need to get
pop the
super
chat up,
chats.
but it's
It's just
showing
that
it as
simple. We need to
disabled.
get super
So
chats and we need to do what we
yeah.
need to do. Okay? Hold on. I'm going to tell TJ I'm live real quick.
Hey, Sticky. I'm gonna have to mess with this a bunch more. I had a
All right.
bunch of
So we
shit
should be
screwed
good.
up.
I text TJ and let him know that I'm doing a live stream. So I just can't answer the phone currently right now, but it might be important. It might be what we're trying to do and what we're trying to put together. But he says that he has it all ready for me. Like I said, I would just have to get over there. He was trying to look into getting a Greyhound ticket paid for maybe. So we'll have to see, you know what I mean? I understand the timing might be a little off, and like I said, it's not my fault. It's just it's not my choice right now. It's not at my discretion. Hold on, let me tell him the chat's open.
Everybody's getting a mod, by the way. So if you got any channels you want to have a mod, bring them in.
All right, I told him. So hopefully he'll be able to do that and figure that out because the StreamYard link is different than going to the YouTube channel. But yeah, like I said, it just is what it is, man. Like I said, there's nobody who runs YouTube except for me, right?
Now you just have to or verify at this point, I think.
There's nobody with any power or authority except for me here. There's nobody who's done anything towards me except trying a bunch of coward stuff behind my back. There's nobody who can be proud of anything because they're all ashamed and they have to be ashamed of their actions and they should be ashamed because of what they've done toward me. Like I said, they have rules on here, don't want to let me speak freely, but then all these people keep trying to run their mouth. Again, I mean, who are they? Who are you? You're a bunch of people who didn't succeed in anything. You failed in everything. You have no money. You don't own anything. You don't have any equity. They're all homeless. They have nothing going for them. How would they have any power over me or anyone else, much less over me or my life? That doesn't make sense. Just because you have a discrepancy and you're upset because you find a guy on YouTube who's a complete stranger to you doesn't mean that you can affect me. That's common sense. See what I'm saying? These narcs really think that they're on something. They're so caught up in their delusion, they truly believed that their nonsense was going to work and move me. And as you see, it never does. It never does. It never will. I don't answer to anyone. Like I said, I do no talking with any of you. It just is what it is, man. I shouldn't have to worry about anything, right? Just because I'm a public figure and I'm succeeding. That's all I see every day. Is every day I'm succeeding, and there's just these weird people that they want to punish me for being successful. So it's a public issue now. So you really can't do it because everything you do is being documented and the whole world's watching. So now you have to just sit there and act right, like always, like anybody would. These people don't have any power. They're not special and they don't know how to just be grown and be mature and just have a conversation on the internet about a basic topic. I'm not going to stop my living and my career for anyone, right? I've kept it on hold long enough. I've tried to keep the chat closed long enough. We can't do it no more. Now we got to open the gates and open the door for everything because I got to get my money. You feel me? Like I said, there's too many people that are just banking and leaning off of me being nice and me being grateful and a generous person and me being genuine with everybody. And, like I said, nobody's really done anything yet for me. Nobody. Nobody's bringing anything to the table. Nobody's offered anything to me. Like, nobody's really doing much. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. You feel me? And it needs to be said. Like I said, I don't know why people are sitting there acting like, these things are going to happen. People are going to do things while they literally try to find that as an angle to try to, hold me back and not give me nothing. I got to have money. I got to have donations. I got to have resources like anyone else on YouTube. There's people who do shows on here. They're able to make thousands of dollars. Okay, there is nobody on the planet who makes money off of my name, off of Tyrese Sneed. Never. I would never let anybody make money off my name. You understand? So, sometimes I just don't know what people are talking about because they have a habit of saying things that don't exist. You know what I mean? It's just like with what I'm going through physically. No, it most definitely, should be able to heal, right? And is supposed to heal. I'm supposed to go through a divine healing, and that's what I'm counting on. So I need everybody that's behind me to back me. You feel me? So it just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, at the end of the day, I don't really care what y'all have to say or what you type in the chat. That's for you, right? Like I said, I mean, if you want to come on an energy where you're not serious, that's cool with me. If you want to come on an energy where you are serious, that's cool with me. But just show some respect, because if you don't, I'm going to block your account. That's all. That's all it is. It's just a tap of a button, block the account, and we keep it pushing, right? So like I said, at the end of the day, it takes bravery to do what I do. It takes bravery to be a public figure. These people wish that they could do what I do. These people all wish that they had my gift, and they see how good I am at it. And you see, I'm getting tons of views, bro. My channel is already going towards 2 million views. These people want to get on here. They all have fake channels, fake subs, fake businesses, right? Like Jamil Nuts, like the Jamila, right? The one who's insane and out of her mind, right? And can't take care of her kids. And she continues to talk against God and then thinks that she's going to win something. Well, literally you resemble a shriveled up prune and you're not eating anything. I mean, that's of your own accord. You're still being sent, what money from criminal underground organizations, people like Mike Mills, that you said literally waited on somebody and their demise for him to get his inheritance. I mean, if you said that, why would you then take that money? You do realize that's a federal offense. See, people are silly, man. People don't think. You understand? So like that lady's going to end up in prison. And getting some money from someone, begging, because that's what you do. You bow down and you beg to the same people who you say, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with you. Oh, now I need your help again." See, I don't do that. I don't go to people who mess me over and ask them for money. Ask any of these people. Do I try to get in touch with any of you? Nope. Like I said, if I want to talk about and reference something from my past or about YouTube or anything like that, that's my business. I don't need people repeating me. Okay. I don't need an echo chamber. I don't need people to just sit there and be yes men and only, repeat what I say. I need people with their own original thought. Now, like I said, Christina brings her own original thought. Christina is awesome. Everything is amazing with Christina. You understand? Christina is also going through a lot. So, like, I have mercy and I have a heart. You know, what the hell? I'm trying to highlight the comment. Star comment. Is that how we do it? All right, cool. How do you banner the comment? Does anybody know? Now it don't want to let me banner the comment. Is it on there? Show on stage. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's a button. Man, they changed StreamYard. Huh, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so that's pretty cool actually. All right, cool. So yeah, like I said, Christina, I mean, the fact is Christina can do no wrong regardless. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to talk to her about everything always. Whatever she has to say is fine. If she says something that I don't understand, I'm going to talk to her about it calmly, nicely. I always show her the utmost patience, and you can ask her, because in any case, nonetheless, she deserves that. Like I said, she's been nothing but nice to me. Always. She has always been nice. She has always been patient. She has always been respectful. And she is the only one for me and the woman for me. And that's how I feel, regardless, no matter what. I don't care what's going on. I wouldn't care what the situation is. She is amazing and meant for me. And that's what I deserve, a good person who is patient with me. You know what I mean? That's all. I just wish I had a little bit more of her time. I wish that we talked a little bit more. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's reality. Like I said, what I think is so weird is how these people online, they act and assume as if they have control over me. Nobody has control over me, man. If I'm in a relationship, which I am with Christina, like I said, for now it's online and we're going to have it in person and it's going to be real. I want to show the utmost loyalty. I'm not being tricked. Nothing's being done to me. That's something that I want to do. That's the decision I make to be in that relationship because I believe in it. Not because I'm desperate, not because, oh, I can't get anyone. That doesn't even make sense because people who get into relationships, it's not about desperation or that you can't get anyone or who you can get. I mean, like I said, we all know I've never had women problems. I've never had that problem. I chose Christina. I want to be with Christina. So if I want to be with someone, I don't mind being completely devoted to them. I don't mind being abstinent, which I have been. I don't mind, being 100% faithful and loyal and waiting for that person. I mean, it's well worth it if you get the girl of your dreams and the woman of your dreams and the person who you love, who loves you. I would do anything for who loves me, back if I really love them and I feel that way towards them the way I do for her. So, I'm just saying, even if she ever said anything wrong, it's not a big deal to me. Even if I get upset, it's not a big deal to me because that's just part of life and that's part of my growth, I feel. And if something is being said, I think that's why it's being said. I think sometimes things are said and things happen as tests for people. And I think that's just lessons that I need to learn how to not let things bother me in the first place. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that she does that maliciously or intentionally. I don't. I think she's just trying to understand things, and I try to show her the utmost care and patience. I really do, and I truly feel that she deserves that, and that's the truth. So I'm just speaking from the bottom of my heart, and I just want her to know she doesn't have anything to worry about. We're always good, no matter what. And I think that I would encourage, and I hope that other dudes, because you're not men, you're dudes. I'm the man. Um, I think that guys should treat their woman that way. I think that they should be very careful and caring, and other than that, you have a bunch of basically, fake relationships that aren't relationships based off of convenience in the world. And, it's just a bunch of nonsense. And so-called women are a joke and they're all just looking for money or some kind of fake power or manipulation. They just want somebody who's basically an underling to them and a lapdog and a yes man that will bow down to them. That's what's so sad. We don't have women, the world doesn't create women anymore. It creates so-called women who are a joke and they don't want a man. Straight up. They don't want a man. They don't know their power. They don't know the power they hold. They don't know who they are. They don't know their value. They don't know that they're supposed to be looking for a man. I mean, I see them every day on social media and everywhere. I see so-called women sitting there and they try to act like they're better than everybody and act like they're laughing at men. And then when they get their karma and what the hell they deserve for what they've done and how they treat men and act like we're expendable and how they treat us in the world like we don't exist and we're nothing and we have no value, like, yeah, and they all get what they deserve all the time. It's all over the news all the time. And yes, people like me, we laugh. Real talk. Nah, like, if you're an evil person and you don't have any compassion for human beings or the opposite, you know what, like, nah, I'm sorry, I don't have any compassion or mercy for you. I really don't. I think that evil people get what they deserve in this world, seriously, and I laugh at you. I think that it's wrong to just be evil. I don't think that somebody's wrong for pointing out evil and standing up to it and saying, no, that person deserves whatever they've created. They deserve what they go through. Like I said, those so-called women, they'll create the situations they go through and then try to blame other people or create the situation they go through and keep going through it over and over again, talk about it with no self-awareness and then keep doing it. So-called women are a joke. I mean, they're completely and absolutely out of their mind, and I just don't have any patience for it because I have to make sense. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you something. If so-called women were forced by this world to make sense, which is the way that it should be, they would have to make sense. There wouldn't be none of this lunacy and, oh, we're so crazy. They're not crazy. It's just that they're enabled. You see the point? Anybody who gets a little bit of common sense discipline and is shown the right way of how to be, and that's why it's so important, like when you're being raised the way I was disciplined, right? If I didn't have that discipline, right, which nowadays they say, oh, this is that, you can't discipline at all. Without discipline, I would be a mess. Without discipline, I would not have made it this far. I would not still have success and be successful and have obtained all this and done something in my life if my dad wasn't all on my you know what, like disciplining the hell out of me, not letting me get away with nothing and putting the fear of God in me, I would not have made it this far. I know that for a fact. And then you look at so-called women and you wonder how they even get by or survive because it's just maniacal. And this platform is a perfect example of it. Oh, they all have YouTube accounts. Half of them are listening right now. They all have no life. They've got nothing going on for themselves. Half of them can't even get a job, and if they do, they look miserable, like they're on antidepressants as soon as you come in the door. They're just absolutely unhappy and just basically a walking migraine for everybody. I mean, it's the truth, is it not? And see, the difference between you and I and the people you're used to is I get paid to talk about you all. Yep. hmm That's what I make a career doing. I get paid to point out your discrepancies and your issues and your. You understand? Straight up. That's what I do. I'm not a nice guy. People think I'm not. I'm nice until I'm taken advantage of, or people think they can. If people think they can take advantage of me or think they can play me because it's never happened and I'll never be played and I'll never be faded. I'm nice until people try to cross that line. You understand? And that's just common sense. So, like I said, every day by everyone, I'm going to be respected. You're going to do right by me. Like I said, we're going to discuss these concepts and things. If you say something that's a lie or doesn't exist, I'm going to let you know and I'm going to G check you about it and we're going to have a talk about it. You understand? It's just that simple. All right. I don't really feel like answering a guy named Harry the tennis expert. Oh, look, they're hating and they're mad. You're mad at that Porsche? Yes, that is my Porsche. Yes. Oh, I know. You're going to talk down on a Porsche like you did when I bought it $25,000 cash. In my own car lot, I pay over $100 every month. That's right. Go ahead and hate. I love it. I absolutely love it. It does nothing for me. It makes me laugh because you're not being serious. You would do anything to have a car like that, right? Just like anything I've ever obtained or had or what I have, you would do anything to have. That's why you're so jealous about it. So you keep on being upset, okay? You keep on being mad and mad at the world because, well, Harry, the tennis expert, you can't do anything for yourself, right? Let me go ahead and let's see here. Let's ban the user and delete. That's right. And then they get mad and they complain and say things that don't exist. You block everyone. No, I block you. I block people who aren't here to be happy. All right. You feel me? So I love it. All right. Here's another one talking delusion. No problem. I love it, man. I absolutely love it, bro. These people are hilarious. They're hilarious. For real. They mad as hell. So, like I said, man, your priority shouldn't be coming here and trying to say delusion. Your priority shouldn't be coming here and typing. Your priority should be you've proven that you're broke. You have no money because that Cash App is right there in that corner and it's not a ringing. There's something wrong with that. You understand? Straight up. There's something wrong with that, bro. How are you gonna like that don't even make no sense. Straight up. Like at all. Feel me? Hold up. It's funny as hell. So yeah, at the end of the day, we're gonna keep doing what we do, right? We're gonna keep on being successful, right? Like I said, the videos are getting tons of views, man. The business is already built. It's clearly not going anywhere. Everything is in pretty good standing. I'm all right, man, with that. Like I said, right now, I gotta have everybody go to the Cash App. It's just that simple. The Cash App is right there in the bottom left hand corner. There's no excuse. I mean, a guy has to have resources. He's got to have what he has to have. And like I said, I already pay for everything else. I take care of all my responsibilities, everything else. I'm ahead on everything. And then on top of everything else that I do, I bought me over $200 plus bike, which is why all these people are so mad. A GMC Denali bike, top of the line, right? And I had the dude fix it right with the tire. Like I did all this myself, man. Like all of it, bro. I did all of it myself. Hold on. And like I said, I paid the phone ahead of time, right? And like I said, if I hadn't have done those two things, well, yeah, I would be in a little bit better position to get what I need done. But unfortunately, I had to do these things. I feel so inclined. I had to because I'm going to run my business. See, that's all it is. I'm just doing what I need to do so I can continue to run my business. Like I said, if not, it would be easier for me to, get by in the meanwhile and do what I need to do. You feel me? So it is what it is. All right. You will never have a voice here. Goodbye. All right. Let me see here. More fake stuff. All right. So yeah, like I said, any of that stuff, we've already addressed it. We said what it is. You heard me loud and clear. If you want to waste your time doing that, absolutely no problem. It means nothing to me. And just the fact that you just continue and continue and don't stop the same weird behavior that nobody thinks is cool or makes any sense, it says a lot about you. Continuing on, like I said, I am the expert. I am the martial arts expert. I am the Don Dada. I am the grand poobah of this entire game, right? Like I said, I run the martial arts game, run the streets, run the digital fitness game, run the rap game, basically run everything and run all these fake sectors on YouTube. Like I said, made money off of them for years. Nothing you can say about it as far as donations. I made more money in donations than all of you. There's no point in talking about it or saying it. Say whatever you want because it's all going to be conducive to me and help my environment with what I'm doing. Like I said, you have a Cash App, you have a PayPal, you have a Venmo. I come on here to get donations. You're going to pay me. I don't know who you people think you are, who you think you're talking to. You're going to pay me. Oh, yep. You're going to pay me one way or another, either way, because I'm taking it to court and it's a federal lawsuit. So all of you are going to have to pay me punitive damages, right? It's a detriment to health lawsuit as well. So all of that is going to be tons of money. Then you got all these different companies that you called, any establishment, any agency that you called, I'm filing a lawsuit on, right? So they're going to have to pay me a ton of money. So all these people really have done is help me, and that's why I just kept moving along the way. Because when slow people try to do things to try to stop me from whatever succeeding and doing what I'm doing over here in my corner while I'm minding my business, oh, I'm gonna let you do it to yourself because you're gonna lose sight and focus because you're so busy trying to whatever stop me from doing what I need to do that you're not going to focus on yourself and you're just going to end up basically doing it to yourself and getting your karma. It's just common sense. God is handling all of you every day. Like I said, we see it every day, nonstop, right? God is handing out the ultimate karma on a silver plate and dish. And all these people can worry about is, oh, I want to go to somebody's chat that I ain't got no business in. You're breaking the law. It's a felony across state lines. There's no point in it. Okay. All right. Hold on. TJ wants to come up. So let me hold up. Hold on. Huh. He said, beam me up like But yeah, this is a chill environment, man. If you do come on here right now, because I just sent you the link, just like I say, keep in mind, I need you to follow the rules completely. You got to have everything right. I can't explain it all on here. You just got to come correct on here. That's all that I ask. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have to delete shows and restart shows because when we get a good show, it really goes a long way because I'm talking about a lot of issues that have to be addressed. So that's why they played the game with the chat. So you're going to have to ignore the chat, brother. You're going to have to just, if you come on here, you're going to have to come on here. Do not say anything towards the chat because they're just going to sit there and do the same thing, right? It's all just trying to manipulate. Nobody has a right to manipulate my live streams, man. This is my business. What I say goes, and it has to be run effectively and efficiently and the right way. So at the end of the day, like I said, there's nothing jokey about this, about my career doing this. I'm a public speaker and a public figure. What I do helps a lot of people, right? And it changes lives. You know what I mean? Like I said, these people are mad because I've always been blessed by God. There's an anointing over my life. I've always done well for myself and always done not just better than them, but better than anybody. Always. I've always been good, man. I always figure it out. You know what I mean? Right now, like I said, I just am in a position where, I don't have anything I can do. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. Like I said, these people have, stopped all the opportunities and I'm perfectly cool with that. But that's why I need help just so I can keep the bank account positive so I can get my check. That's it. I got everything moving, bro. Like as soon as next month come around, things should get better pretty quickly, and we should be on the road regardless. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna find a way. And like I said, if I have to, I'll just have to basically go get me one of those little prepaid visas and go back to that. But I really would like to keep this bank account. It's very important. Like, I mean, I need that bank account. You know what I mean? So I just don't understand why there's no mercy for that. It just, it doesn't make any sense from the public, but he's trying to do what he can. So I'm kind of dependent on you right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, just make sure you talk on here, like, just any language. Make sure you're using the right verbiage, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So what's up?
Yo, man, what's the word? How's everything going this evening, man?
I mean, I've definitely been better, like I said, just because of what I'm describing, but it's going all right. I mean, it's not bad. I'm alive. I love life, period. Oh, he said, I'm here to ban the trolls. Oh, that's funny. There we go. Why is it not bannering it? Hold on. Well, oh, no, show on stage. There we go. There we go. So yeah, like I said, I'm opening the chat. Like I said, just ignore it, TJ. If they say anything, disparaging, they're gonna do it on purpose because it's the same people. That's the thing. I don't understand how people cannot understand, and I'm sure you can at this point, but that this is like the same three people, bro. Like people are giving way too much power to people who have no life and nothing going for them, and they're just sitting there. And every time I go live, they're stalking and waiting, and then they just want to type. Like people need to stop taking the bait of people who have no life and nothing going for them. These people don't have a career. They definitely don't dictate anything in my life. I've stood up to everyone and all the agents they've sent. Like, bro, nothing you're doing makes any sense. It's all illegal. It's all being exposed publicly. It just is what it is. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, have you seen how many views I got today already, bro? Just a couple of short videos. They all did like some of them did over 1,000 already, bro. Like it's a wrap. This business is taking off. That's why they so up worked up about not wanting to give me anything because they know like if you help me and I save this bank account, like I'm being honest, if people start donating and I can get at least 10, 20 bucks in there today, oh bro, it's a wrap for all these for all the lies and the hate that's been sent my way. It's a wrap because I need at least that, and I can get into next month and get all this going, and I can save my bank account like I've done about 10 times. We've been doing this over and over because this is just the way the business is set up. They pay you about a month out. They make you wait like 2 months for your check, and it's later in the month. They do it on purpose. And then all the meanwhile, you know that this corporation has everything to do with these people who basically are like a task force trying to stop me from doing anything and living my life. So I know 100% I was targeted by YouTube, corporate America, and Google, and I'm filing a lawsuit on that as well on them. So these people don't get, right now it may seem like, oh, they got power. Nobody has any power. That's what I'm saying. We're this close. I'm this close. I've already defeated them. I'm this close to not just defeating them, but getting the ice cream with the whipped cream and the whole sundae, okay, with the whipped cream on top and the chocolate, drizzle and everything, bro. I'm that close, bro. All I need is people to donate to that Cash App right now, and I've completely defeated them, put them in their place, and I'll have this business completely rolling next month. I already do. I mean, but I'm just saying that'll enable me to actually get my money. You know what I mean? So do you get what I'm saying?
Understood.
So I mean, that's the only reason I'm adamant and passionate about it because it's important. I mean, that's my last bank account, man. I don't even think I can open another one after that. So like I need to figure this out. So I think I got till about the third, I believe, unless they charge me more fees that they just make up. But like I said, if it overdrafts, man, that's like 36 bucks and for each item. And if it does it twice, like that whole account is just done. And I mean, this is an account I've had for years, man. I mean, that's why it's important to me. It's how I make a living. It's how I survive. Like without that, that's what these people are doing. They're trying to take my source of surviving away from me, and that's what I don't understand. I just don't get how we can have. It's not just you or one person. I put it on. I mean, we've got an entire public, bro. We got these people honking at me every day, right? That literally. Hold on, Al. We got these people honking at me every day, right? And acting like they're so-called fans and they're this and that, blah blah blah, right? And meanwhile, hold on. Meanwhile, we can't even get the hell is that? We can't even get people to just donate a little bit with a guy who's saying, "Yo, I work hard for you every day. I just broke the world pull-up record. I'm doing all this crazy stuff on camera. I've got a whole flow and a whole business that literally involves the public, and everybody's going to have free leeway to be a part of this now and what I'm doing. And it's a whole fun arena and platform I built for everyone to enjoy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you understand how I feel at all? Like, I mean, they can't even all these people and they can't get together $5, 20 bucks, $50. That doesn't make sense to me.
Uh, well, man, I really don't know what to say on that issue, man. I'm sorry to
I
hear that
know.
you're actually going through that and everything. I mean, you know, times is
Right.
fucked up for everybody right now.
Watch the
Um,
language, but yeah, I'm listening.
uh, I would say, bro, just pray that things will work out for the best for you, man. And you
I do.
know,
Yeah.
don't worry about the negativity. Negativity like every single day. Let alone like don't even waste your breath trying to acknowledge it. I mean,
Right.
acknowledge reality, and just stay
That's what
focused
we do
on
here every day.
what you need to do. You feel me?
Yeah, I
So
mean, that's what I go out of my way to do every day. That's all we do is just acknowledge and reinforce reality because if we don't, all they'll try to do is acknowledge and reinforce delusion. So I mean, you hit it right on the head. That's the whole game of this. That's the point. I mean, delusion is never going to win against the truth, but continue on listening.
yeah, but I mean, it's like this. I wouldn't let um I wouldn't let negativity uh bother me, or I wouldn't let the back and forth and the hard times bother me at all, because we all go through a
I
storm. You know
don't.
what I'm saying?
No,
So
I'm not letting it bother me at all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you listen to the whole show back when you have a chance later, that's literally everything I just went over. I mean, I don't. None of it bothers me. I'm just about this money. I'm just saying, like I said. I mean, it's just the concrete truth that it's never going to change. It just makes no sense. It just shows that I don't have. I mean, you support me, Christina supports me, right? She's not able to right now financially. That's just reality. It is what it is, and that's all right, right? But I mean, you support me. You're trying to do something to help me. You donated $5. Like I actually give you credit for that. That's something like you did something to try to help. The rest of these people, I'm just saying, it's inexcusable. There's no one who can tell me and explain to me that it makes sense that I've come this far. I mean, you got to understand, bro. I took on a witch's coven, dude. I just defeated all of Freemasonry. This helps everyone around me. I'm the savior. I'm freeing all these people that live in these neighborhoods. All these people, literally, I'm the one who stood up for their freedom. So, I mean, nobody can tell me I'm doing anything wrong or I should do something different or I should change something. I'm doing everything right. I'm not bothered at all. That's why I tell people, hey, listen, I don't do negativity whatsoever. We don't have none of that on my show. None of that. People typing in a chat, that means nothing. The chat has nothing to do with this show. The only thing that matters is what happens on this screen, and that's it. That's why I control the chat and I just dictate it, and that's it. That's why I was telling you don't even focus on the chat because, like I said, it's the same people. They do the same thing. There's no way if people are smart and have an IQ level, there's no way that they can fool anybody who's real. These are powerless people who don't have anything going for them, and they don't run my show. I do. They don't run the streets. I do. They don't run my program. I do. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm in charge, and I'm just saying people don't understand. Like it's not that I'm
if
bothered.
if if
Go
if
ahead.
if you know what you're doing
Hmm.
in your daily life, and you know what you do in your own mind to believe is to be right, then brother, I wouldn't I wouldn't even worry about
Change
explaining
anything.
myself to people over and over again. You feel me? Because it's
Yeah, but listen. I'm not explaining myself to people over and over again. You can listen to every show. I never even repeat myself. The reason I'm talking right now, brother, is because we're on a radio show. So this is what we have to do to make money. That's the only
right.
reason. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with that. I'm just venting or no. And I mean, if you listen to the shows, they literally are all different. I go into all different topics. My shows are never the same. That's really what's crazy to me, to be honest with you, because all the other people in the world and on YouTube, they all do the same thing over and over again. They're all boring as hell. Well, I have the best radio show on here, hands down. Like any show you listen to is going to be captivating. It's going to be interesting. Like it's going to literally see right here. We got a guy. He might be real and legit. He said, "I'll donate when I get paid Thursday." I don't have much though, but I'll try. Usually, when they say that, they usually don't do it. It's usually a troll, but that might be someone real. He looks like he's got a Brave shirt on. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. If you're from Atlanta or you like the Braves, go John Rocker. He may donate, right? But that's the reason why I come on here and why I speak and why I talk. I'm never complaining. I'm not in a bad mood, nothing like that. This is how I talk, man. Yeah, that's all. It all needs to be said. But like I said, that's just the issue that I'm going to be adamant about. And you got to understand, I'm an empath who can be a master manipulator if I want. I know how to talk to get what I want, man. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that about me at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't really utilize it like that, and I for sure don't take advantage of people. But I know if I open my mouth, I got $1 million mouthpiece. I mean, if I open my mouth, I can 9 times out of 10 get anything I want. So I mean it's worked thus far. I mean, back in the day when I started struggling at all, I would literally just manually put it together, and if I had to ask people to help, I would ask them to help however, and like literally people would help. You know what I mean? But the thing is, at this point, I'm just too tired to do that. I'm too tired. I'm not going to go out my way trying to do all that again. I'm for sure not going to put myself in no position that can compromise, my freedom and have me in jail or anything like that. I'm not doing nothing out of character because that's what they want. That's my whole point. They're trying to find a way to rock me to sleep because that's what they do. They try to build you up before they break you down, and they're trying to find a way to get me to make a mistake. That's why I'm just going to keep on reinforcing it. Like I said, I don't care how anybody feels about it. It's just the truth. I'm going to tell people over and over again to donate and send me money. That's what we do on here. That's what everyone else does on here. But when they come on here, they literally beg people. I'm not begging anyone. I offer a service, I offer a business. And like I said, I built this platform for everyone to enjoy as long as they respect it. That's all that I ask. I'm not a dictator. I'm not hard on anyone about anything. You know what I mean? So, it's just like I said, my dad was a UT graduate lawyer, man. I mean, my grandfather was a Supreme Court judge, bro. People don't know this or tend to forget. I mean, I know how to talk. I know that's why I want to be an attorney. Being an attorney will be easy for me. And I don't even know if you really have to pass the bar to be an attorney. I've read that you can do it without passing the bar. Like people say things, and that's my only issue is everybody talks like their word is like biblical prophecy. That starts to get a little irritating, if you know what I mean. Like all the people that just say a statement, it's usually women, but they'll say a statement and just act like it stands for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like as if they're never wrong, or they know and you don't. Like that's why it's honestly hard for me to be around so-called women at this point. Not that I ever am, because I'm not, right now. But it's like if we went on 6th Street, right? Like let's say you get me up to Austin, and let's say you get me the Greyhound ticket and I go up there. There's a bunch of so-called women up there. I'm going to have to be around them at some point. Maybe not so much deal with them, but if I work up there or anything, I'll have to be talking to them and stuff, and they're just hard for me to deal with because, like I said, they're all delusional. And my whole point of everything I'm kicking and what I'm saying here is, I'm not struggling. Like I said, I'm in the best position possible, and I'm in a position as a man exposing a system that favors women, that doesn't do anything for men. This whole society can't stand a real man. That's why they don't like me. And that's my whole point is y'all don't care about no man. I mean, you gotta understand, I'm gonna get it put together no matter what. I'm gonna make it regardless. But I'm just saying, when you got, it's just wrong, bro. I mean, when you got an evil witches coven and evil people, there's people talking about, even Jamila's talking about right now. Do you understand, bro? That there's a wannabe witch on this network right now. She doesn't take care of her kids, and that's really the main point. But these people literally, she claims that they're responsible for her, and basically that's why they're not eating, and she's like literally like starving. Okay, so I'm saying this is a common theme, bro, in front of everyone of what these people are trying to do to me and to that person, she claims, and to a bunch of other people. That's insane for a society. Just like she said, she is right about some of her points. It's insane that people would sit there and watch that. Like, you'd have to be sick. And I'm not saying you're doing that because you're not. Like, you're actually trying to help and you're trying to be here, but that's what's going on right now, bro. Like I said, I got voicemails of these people, exact individuals that are in the chat right now who are going to prison and they know they're doing federal time. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like when people want to talk about them, like, yeah, I'm going to take that the wrong way because I take this to heart. This is a personal matter for me. This is my federal lawsuit. I don't need nobody getting involved or tampering with it. That's why I say just ignore the chat because no, for me, this isn't a game. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. These people, they try to do personal stuff. They're trying to affect my life. Okay, this is my life. I don't play like that. So, there's a thin line between YouTube content and talking and oh, it's cute and fun and games. I'm not a Mason. The Masons do that on here. I come on here, it's serious business, and these people are my enemy, and I'm here to win and defeat them. And I'm in their house. I'm in the Masons' house, and I make these Masons pay me every day because YouTube is a Mason-owned platform. That's what people don't understand. I'm in they building. Like when Snoop Dogg said, "We know where we at." Y'all ain't got no love. Y'all ain't got no love for Cassius Bane. You ain't got no love for Batman. We know where we at. Like it's kind of like that. If you're tired of your producer, if you're tired of your producer dancing in the music videos, come to Cashless Bane. I'm Suge Knight out here. I mean, this is a real thing. You get what I'm saying? So, we're gonna have to figure it out, man, because this game of them playing with me on here and trying to really push me past my limits and keep building up my rage and my anger and playing with my patience levels. Nah, no, that's not wise at all. That's not smart. Because I'm the type of person that whatever I need, I'm gonna get. You understand? Like it doesn't matter what people do. I'm gonna get mine. So, I mean, like I said, we can do this the nice way, basically. We can do it the cute way, right? Or we can do it a whole nother way. We can do it y'all's way. You feel me? So, I mean, people can pick the route they want to go with me because I just think it's ridiculous. The reason I think it's ridiculous is it would make sense if this was back in the day and I was in Austin moving around and I had some resources. No, these people ruined everything for me, bro. Do you understand that? Do you know how many places these people have called, bro, and slandered my name? Like, do you understand that they're going to be serving a life sentence in prison? You cannot do these things towards an individual. Do you
Can I
understand
can
that?
I
It's
can I
illegal.
can I can I ask you this one thing?
Yeah.
Just oh man, how tell me this? How would they serve a life sentence in prison? Can you please
Easily,
explain that
easily,
part?
easily. I shouldn't have to. I've already told you the story 8 million times. That's the part I don't understand how y'all are not hearing me. I don't get that. That's crazy. I told you what happened. They called Seton Hospital. I told you what happened through my stomach and abdomen right there. That's conspiracy to commit what towards me. In Green Bay, they set me up. They did literal exactly what I told you. I cannot say the language on here. They did
Okay.
that. They got the wrong address because the address that I gave the Dave and Buster's where I work, that's what saved my life. I have survived several attempts, okay, on my life. They just sent an agent across state lines down here to come see me. That's an agent. We don't know what that agent's intentions were. He told me to my face that his intentions were to you know what towards me. So these people are cowards. So right there, you got 3 attempts on me. So that's the part, I'm not trying to get upset with you, but it doesn't make any sense to ask me that. Like, what do you mean? This is conspiracy to commit you know what towards me. I have so much evidence out the wazoo that these people are going to serve life in prison. It's not a question. It's not a qualm. It's guaranteed. I won't sleep until these people are in life, like doing life in prison. I promise you, because nobody comes for me and then just walks away and it's all good and they don't get their karma. You understand? That ain't never happened with nobody. So I'm just saying, if people underestimate me, that's their issue. If they think I'm one to play with, they playing with the wrong one. So When people say, like he's saying, why would they risk prison time to exactly what they're doing to me, right? That's crazy for real on their part because they don't think, because they don't have a brain, because they think it's a game, because they think that I'm going to slip up and say something wrong or do something wrong, and then they're going to get me in trouble, which won't stop the lawsuit. They think that they have a way to get at me. They're still silly. They still think that they can stop something that's immortal. That's why I'm immortal, dude. What they did to me, if I described it on here again, anyone listening would be like, "Yeah, no, bro. There's nobody walking away from that." I've been around for about 5, 6 plus years since then. Then I took on a trucking one. Okay, I mean, are these people serious? I went to jail and was every day fighting for my life in there, going through this physically. I've every day while y'all go out and go to restaurants, I'm isolated, bro. I don't do nothing. I'm sitting there suffering in pain every day. This has been for the last few years, bro. I don't know what people are confused about, bro. My life ain't sunshine and glitter and rainbows. My life is hard. You understand? I don't play about nothing with nobody. I don't do no talking. People know what it is. That's why I don't get online and run my mouth because we all know what it is. So you see what I'm saying? That's what all I'm saying is that when you come on the show, you got to understand the reason why I tell you, watch how you talk. You got to really formulate your questions a certain way, bro. Because if you say one thing wrong, then it's going to tamper with my whole federal lawsuit I'm building and compromise my position. Because I ain't doing no talking. I'm just defeating my enemies. The last agent they sent lost both of his jobs out here. He got G checked and sun to his face and ran out this neighborhood. How about that? That's what happened. Can that get any more real? Is someone playing? Because I don't play about my respect. I don't play with nobody. People know how I get down. That's the reality. I'm not here to kiss up to anyone. I'm not here to be nice. If people are gonna mess with me and play games, I mean, okay, you better know who I am. I don't play, bro. I ain't doing no talking. I told everybody this. I don't take no L's. I'm in the street for real with it. And all these people are cowards. They can't even face me. But like I said, I hope that answers your question. You can keep going.
Well, that's all. I just wanted to ask, nothing else. You can continue.
Yeah, and I mean, I get you're not asking like maliciously, obviously, right? You're
Right.
just asking to get an answer, right? But that's my whole point. I just, I mean, you're busy, so you may not have heard it, but man, I get on here and I talk every day. I'm a walking testament of somebody who refused to expire, like we talked about earlier today. That's the things I'm saying. The things I'm saying aren't coming from my mind. I'm not on here talking a rhetoric. I'm on here talking as who I am. I'm real. People are not going to play with me, bro. People know who I am. I have history of how I get down. That's the difference between me and all these other people. So, I mean, like I said, they send agents. I get it. They agents. The last agent had to pay me for my dinner. He had to give me some cash, and he had to donate to my Cash App. Send another agent because I don't know nobody who plays with a gangster in the mob. Do you know I'm the real mob, bro? I'm the mob. The people, the Italians who try to copy and emulate us. Yeah, I'm the mob, bro. My DNA, my family is the mob. There is no other mob. Like what they wear the fedoras and the little caps in the movies. That's who you're talking to. I am it. There is no other version of it. They copied me and my people. Like my ancestors are the mob. And guess what I am? I was born into it. The mob doesn't play. The mob doesn't negotiate. The mob doesn't show mercy. The mob gets busy. That's why I don't do no talking. You know what I mean? Because talking ain't going to get nobody nowhere. Talking is not conducive and not smart. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, no, these people they gonna go to prison on conspiracy to commit you know what towards me. They gonna go to prison for racketeering in a RICO case. And the divine already told me. You have to understand this judgment's already happened in divine court. Whatever happens in divine court will translate to a court here on earth. It really doesn't matter either way. Because see, divine court, when you lose, you get the ultimate punishment from God, and that's what's happening. Do you know how many of my enemies, bro, if you want to be real, do I really need to say it? I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Do you know how many of my enemies, like, you get what my drift of what, all on their own, just karma from God? Do you know how many of my enemies, like, this crazy stuff has been happening to out of nowhere in the past, oh, I don't know, couple of months? You don't
Yeah.
know, be right? Because I mean, you don't
Um,
really know
I
because you don't
mean,
know them, but you may have an
no,
idea.
but
Right.
um, I guess I kind of have an idea, but yes,
So
it's
here's what happened. Here's what
self-explanatory.
happened. People wanted to put on their cowboy hat and start spiritual. You know the word. I don't want to say it on here. You know what? Fair with me, with a guy who's the emperor in the divine realm and emperor in the spiritual realm. There's nothing cute about me. There's nothing sweet about me. I'm like one of those white adder snakes in the wild. Okay, look up the white snake. It's like one of the most like you know what in the snake family. That's what I am. If people play with me, they are going to walk away with the biggest frowny face ever. They're going to look like a frowny pancake at IHOP. Okay? I don't know what people think. I don't know why they think this is the game to play while they hide, but I ain't the one. You want to play with the mob, you're going to lose. You feel me? And the thing is, they think the mob is like some cutesy thing that's sweet over here. Ain't nothing sweet over here. Like I said, they got their priorities wrong. They worried about all the wrong stuff. But I mean, all I can tell you is there's been quite a few of my enemies. I mean, there's even people on 6th Street, is there not? Literally dropping like flies just because of karma and God. Is that not true? I
In
believe in justice.
God's divine timing, brother. Hey, I'm guessing so. I mean, you know, God has His
It's
ways
it's
to handle
on
people. So
It's on Facebook. I mean, you're even telling me that these people who tried to mess with me and play games and be disrespectful to me, remember, and I stood up to them, you're telling me they lost their job, right?
yeah,
Right. So I'm saying that's called karma. These things are not happening coincidentally, brother. They're happening because of me. I don't care what nobody says. It was like when I was cooking on Rainy in the food truck. I told some chick, she was standing there, and I told her to her face. She was like, "Man, all the birds." I said, "Yeah, they're here because of me." And she didn't believe me. Oh, well, they're birds. And see, y'all too quick to not saying you, but people are too quick to dismiss things and don't understand what they're looking at. Bro, I'm Batman. You don't think the animal kingdom is in touch with me? Come on, bro. I go underneath those bridges. Those birds are not just hanging out there, bro. Those birds have a response every time I come around. This is real what's happening. The reason that these things are happening is because I'm walking karma. If people cross me, I can guarantee you that just common sense, it has nothing to do with me. I don't have to lift a finger. Something horrible is going to happen to them right around the corner. You know how I know? Because it's happened my whole life. Bro, I survived things. I was spitting up blood as a kid. I had a lady, so called woman, look at me and say, "Oh, he's gonna, you know what." I survived that. I survived asthma on a table where I couldn't even breathe and almost didn't make it on the damn table in front of my mother. I know what I've been through. I know what I am. People do not want to play with me. Trust me. You say one thing wrong to me, God is coming and he's riding with everything he has, full force. I promise you, I'm God's son, dude. That's all I'm telling you is that, people claim to believe in Jesus Christ. They claim to believe in the Bible. You looking at it, bro. I'm the second coming. I tell people straight up, I'm not joking. I never said I was joking. The minute I started internet radio, I told these people I was the Messiah. Why would I say that if I didn't mean it? And much less if I backed it up and survived a Crown Vic flipping 6 times. I survived a truck on a scooter. I survived them doing this through my stomach and abdomen, okay, by what they gave me and administered me, right? I mean, people can't be serious, bro. They cannot be serious, man. It's not, you can't survive these many things that are humanly impossible. And just like Christina said, there's literally no explanation for how I'm still walking around. Medically, it's not possible and it's all real. So it's like for me to be going through all these things and surviving, I'm not surviving to go tell people. I don't care what the world believes. The world is naive. The world is so in denial, it's unbelievable. And that's why they're getting their karma. I'm trying to explain to you karma is a real concept. It's not just personal to me, it's about God. Who delivers karma? Do you think it's a chameleon in the sky that comes down and says "Calabunga" and it says "Kama, chameleon," while they all drop like flies and he says they come and go while he's wiping them out. No, it's God, bro. God comes and God looks at you and says you've been judged, smite it, and that's all he does. And he sends a little lightning bolt down or whatever he wants to do to you, and that's what it is. People don't investigate issues. People don't think and use their mind, bro. Let me tell you the story real quick, man. And I'm gonna tell you how nice of a person and good-hearted I truly am. And this is not to make myself look no way. Okay, I'm not narcissistic at all, bro. I'm telling you the truth from how I feel from my heart. Like literally, bro. There's a guy on here. I told you name. I don't know if I talked to you about it, but his name was Styles. His name was Steez. We called him Nutword TV. That was his channel. Cool dude, did YouTube longer than I've been alive almost. Okay, he was a cool dude. But he was a narcissist. He was evil. His family did witchcraft, which he admitted on tape, and they don't know that I know all these things. He clearly was practicing black magic, probably towards me. At the end here recently, he was getting paid by the Red Triangles, which is the organization that made the phone call to Seton Hospital. They've made a million false police reports on me. They've tried to put me in positions for all these crazy illegal things to try to take me out and stop me from living. Okay, it's my life. So, if they've done all those things and I have voicemails of them telling me they want to see me starving and not eating, now you can see why they would do a life sentence, right? Because you can't come for my life and then not get a life sentence. That's just not how it works. The law works specifically designed for people like this to go to prison. You understand? And if they don't get a life sentence, then it's an injustice because, I mean, they've stood here, bro, for my entire life. Carly Fiorina, my aunt, who was the CEO of Hewlett Packard, is who sent these people. I know for a fact. She had me set up through high school over and over again, different things. So she's followed me my entire life just because I'm my father's son. Carly Fiorina is going to do a life sentence. I can guarantee you. Are you serious? You can't get away with stuff like this. I don't care who you think you are. She ain't nothing but another sellout Mason who did speeches on fear, sold her soul, and ain't got nothing going for her. That's the reality of it. The reality is what I'm trying to tell you is this is a vast conspiracy of people, okay? That just like you need to watch the new Batman movie and you'll understand what I'm saying and why I'm here and why I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm doing God's work. This is real. When in the new movie when Batman looks into it and the guy, do you have you seen the new Batman with Robert Pattinson's corny self?
No, I have not.
It's a pretty good movie. I watch it all the time. So basically, he's the new Batman in it. The suit is pretty cool. You need to watch it. I mean, I'll watch it with you if you want sometime when I'm up there. It's a badass movie. But my point is, he he's in a situation where the guy is, you know what, he I don't want to say in detail on here because of the rules, but he's in a very bad situation. Batman walks in putting himself in, the line of duty, whatever, at risk, and takes the chance, and he's talking to the guy, and the guy refuses to talk in front of him. He answers the first two questions that the Riddler asks him, and he says, if you are justice, do not lie. Which vermin are you paid to protect? This is exactly what's going on in the valley. This is exactly what I've been through. This is exactly what's happening on a large, vast conspiracy. You have DAs, judges, and entire courtrooms, lawyers. Lawyers were on my phone committing the same crime that's in that tabloid right there on this channel. So I have lawyers that their name is a part of this federal lawsuit that they can go to prison. I have probably DAs that were corrupt, that their name will be involved in the lawsuit too, right? And possibly judges, but for sure I have attorneys. Okay, attorneys looking at possible life sentences, but I'm nobody, right? Do you see my point? So it's like when you do these things and you target a civilian the way they have me, I had a lawyer, bro, try to start something with me and pretend and try to antagonize me and coerce me into getting into it with him. And I said, dude, you're a lawyer. I'm not that slow. And then I just G checked him with my voice verbally, and he had to run to security at a bar down here. That's how corrupt they are down here. Do you know this is the most corrupt courtroom in the entire nation? Judges get caught down here and do 70 plus years for taking bribes from the cartel, bro. I'm in the belly of the beast. When I tell people I shut down cartel operations in my sleep, I really do. It doesn't take much. I come across people and I walk into it without knowing, and then I end up shutting everything down. It's just what happens because we get into it and I win. I never lose. That's what people don't understand. I went to high school with like the high school St. Joseph's. I don't care what anybody says. St. Joseph's High. Who do you think funnels most of the the ones who are the sons and daughters of cartel members? Is the cartel going to put they kids in a public school, or are they going to probably put them in a private school with money? Are you getting my drift? I
Yes,
went to high school with. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no. You can finish what you were saying.
I went to high school with him, man. I know him. I mean, like people don't understand. I may have even cousins that I don't know what they're a part of, and we never got along. They're just a cousin. I don't know them. I never hung out with them. We're not affiliated. We're damn sure not family. Okay. I mean, I've literally had altercations with them. So it's like, and they lost. You know what I mean? Like all of them, and by myself. So it's like, no, like I'm the real deal, bro. I've been standing up to these people since high school. In my high school in St. Joe, I used to try to get it on with everybody, and I did actually get into some serious real stuff, and I didn't just win. I mean, it got ugly. People don't understand. In high school, oh, I was getting in all sorts of stuff. That's why I'm telling you, like, I'm not a talking guy. I'm a guy that people ain't going to disrespect. And that's why, like, the last couple of years, I've really, really toned down, and I've tried to make sure that I'm a good boy because I have to follow the law, because these people have designed everything to try to trap me, to try to get me in trouble and say, oh, he's out of pocket. Oh, he's doing something wrong. They've lied a million times. They'll create any false report they can, anything. I'm taking on an entire system and winning by myself. So I'm trying to get people to be involved in this publicly and help me and assist me in the right cause of what I'm doing, standing up to all these evil people, because this is the nation you live in. It is corrupt. There is a conspiracy. There's no such thing as a conspiracy theorist or theory. I proved that wrong a long time ago. JFK came out and said there is a secret society. Said it a long time ago. You know what they did to him afterwards? You saw what happened. Then they invented a fake theory of a magic you know what that's all fake, right? Then they blamed it on Oswald or whatever his name is when they had at least two or three guys positioned for JFK. People don't think and use their mind. And then on top of that, they used a shellfish, you know what, with JFK because they wanted to make sure for sure that they silenced JFK. Then they went after the whole family, and the whole JFK family was silenced. You have to understand who I am and what's going on. I'm the nephew of Carly Fiorina, bro. Carly Fiorina ran for president of the United States just not even that long ago, maybe 10 plus years or something. I'm the nephew of a presidential candidate, bro. So you think that presidential candidate doesn't have to make a sacrifice in her family of somebody? Yep, you're looking at it. I just keep surviving them trying to get rid of me. Because the only way she can eat, because they're all broke and poor, they're not rich, is the way the system works in this country, is the way they keep eating and get eggs on their damn plate the next day and bacon because they're poor and they're broke and they're demons and they sold their soul and they ain't nothing, is if they sacrifice a family member. That's the reality. That's the world you live in. You don't live in a world where leaders are powerful or rich. You live in a world where these people bend over, while they sit there and get on their knees, and they, you know what, for every little dime that they get. Drake is not rich. Drake lives in an OVO mansion that he doesn't own. Drake is a peasant. Drake is a dude who has a preference of you know what, and literally was on Little Wayne's you know what on his knees. That's what happened. That's why Drake was given a fake career, because he didn't have no problem selling his soul. This is all of them. 50 Cent, same thing. Real name Curtis Jackson. He's a federal snitch on paper. I've seen the documented papers literally. He ran from Ja Rule several times and his entourage. He had an incident, an altercation with Black Child. Black Child did something to him. We all know what that is. And then he filed for an order of protection. Then he went on wax and recorded a track lying, saying, order of protection. From who? Remember? I know
Yeah,
everything, dude. Yeah, I know everything about every so-called street. You know what? I know everything because I operate above the feds. People ain't listening. I'm not fake. I'm the real deal. I do this. I'm who can protect these rappers. I'm the only reason I'm struggling right now is because I paid everybody's bills. I was paying grown men's light bills. I don't regret struggle that I'm struggling right now. I'm glad I helped everybody. The only reason I'm struggling is because I've saved lives, because I help people, because I put my money into helping other people and taking care of kids that weren't mine, with ex-girlfriends and relationships I was in. I gave people an amazing opportunity, an amazing, beautiful life, going to Schlitterbahn every day. I don't regret who I am. I've lived life, bro. I've been Daddy Warbucks for real, where everyone comes to me for money and I got bands every day. Always. I ain't worried about no money. I'm worried about the objective. And in order to get to the objective, this is the truth. You're going to have to let go of this money stuff. I don't worship money, and my money has never dictated my movements. And that's why I always make so much of it. That's the truth. I make money because you make money through the universal laws of karma. You don't make money being after it. You make money being a good person and helping people. Hold on. Let me get to these comments. And I'd like your comments on them too, as long as they're positive and you say them the right way. Let me see here. Um, said times are tough right now. It's like a Great Depression. Yeah, that's what I've been calling it every day on my show. If you go back and listen to them, you'll see that. Um, it is a Great Depression. It is the Great Depression. It's the greatest depression we've ever had. The Great Depression before was a joke compared to the one we're in right now. So you're right. Everybody is struggling. Times are tough. He said, and here I can relate. I know you get the check from here though. Right. And that's all that I get. And I don't get that till the 21st to the 26th of next month. So it's like the only way I was going to be able to sustain for me personally was not buying the bicycle and not paying my phone, and I just didn't want to do that because the thing is, if I now look at what the look at, okay, am I smart or am I slow? If
You're
I'm in
slow.
this position now, I've got the bicycle, which is a top of the line bike, over $200 plus. I've got the phone paid for. The bill's not going to be due again until next month on the 21st. Am I slow or am I genius that now I'm leaps ahead, leap years ahead? Now I can do my full career. I can ride this bike for miles and do my whole Batman patrolling and the whole business, right? All I need is the public to donate me a little bit of money today, right now, tonight, and hopefully every day until like the third, so I can get this bank account rolling. And then I've got a whole full scale business and a platform for all of you to enjoy and come here and have a good time. I didn't build this just for me. I built this for all the people. That's why I'm saying I don't know what people think I'm asking. Like I'm asking for donation. Like what do they think? I'm over here like taking the money and making, like am I making toilet paper out the money? Like ha ha ha. Like I don't understand what they think I'm doing with the money. Like the money is going towards me eating and doing basic stuff, dude. I'm a human being. I got to eat and I got to survive. They're trying to starve me out. Do you not get it? I told you Carly Fiorina came down here in person driving a little bucket van that she didn't know. I'm telling you, they're poor. They're not rich. All of them. George Bush is not rich. Donald Trump is not rich. He owns nothing. He doesn't pay taxes because he can't afford to. They get their campaign funds off of begging. So don't tell me, anyone in the public, not to get on here and beg when Donald Trump begs every day. What do you think they get their damn campaign funding money? They beg. They run
Uh,
campaigns that are
he actually
crowdfunded.
got his funding from Elon Musk. So that was
Right,
one
and
of
that
his.
okay, let me correct you. Let me correct you. No such thing. Elon Musk, same thing. Begs. Elon Musk doesn't have any money, dude. Elon Musk is a Mason. Masons, you need to study the system before you speak on it. Seriously, I'm not trying to be anyway. I'm being honest. Elon Musk is a puppet that comes from that other country. He didn't even build a rocket. He did nothing. He's a dude who's uneducated. They put him on a stage. That's why he sounds silly and uneducated every time. You could put us in the same route. I'd run circles around him vernacularly. Get real, bro. I had a 4.2 GPA out of high school, diploma distinction, top 10 of my class. Elon Musk is a joke. Everybody's going at Tesla and hates Tesla for a reason, bro, because he betrayed all of humanity. He sold his soul. I'm telling you, he's not rich. No, he didn't get his money. You're believing a tabloid that's fake in a society of sheep that believe what they're told. The media,
There's definitely a lot of point to having TJ on here to just fucking berate him. I can't believe this dude.
lies. They are never going to tell you the truth. Elon Musk doesn't have any money. You can't have money and build a company for this system and work making microchips that equal to the mark of the beast. You can't serve two masters. You can't get rich and have money and success and freedom and stand with God and then serve the devil. See, Elon Musk is an agent of the devil. Elon Musk does nothing but evil in this world. Elon Musk is going straight to hell. Let's just get real, as well as George Bush, as well as Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a puppet. So you say Donald Trump got his funding from Elon Musk. Elon Musk can't afford to buy an egg right now. Elon Musk is in enough trouble as is. Elon Musk can't even take care of his damn stock. The stock is plummeting on the Nasdaq or the Dow. Tesla's doing horrible. Tesla's going into the ground, failing. How would he have more money to do that? Like when they tell you, oh, he bought Twitter. He didn't buy Twitter. You believe that nonsense? You can't buy a company. Corporate America is run through masonry, dog. You're not listening. People ain't listening. Every company symbol is a Masonic symbol, bro. Do you not get it? This is Egypt. You're talking about predating Egypt, corporate Masonic symbols in a corporate world and structure that was designed by the devil. The money is the root of all evil, right? So who designed corporate America and designed people to worship it? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to be any way. I'm just saying you're misinformed because what they're teaching you is exactly the agent of the devil. So
Well,
like that's my thing is go ahead.
I'm not saying that I'm believing what they're saying on TV and everything. Trust me, I do my studies as well. Like I was just
You're just
informed the
saying what
other
they
day.
said.
No, no. What were you saying?
I was saying, are you just saying what they're saying?
Yeah,
Basically,
like I know that he endorsed Trump during his campaign. I
of course,
also know
he
that
has to.
Elon Musk lost over like $2 billion at
Let me
one
stop you right
point.
there. Wait. Let me stop. I'm going to let you keep going. See, I just want you to not get upset with me because there's a reason why I got to talk like this and I got to explain. It's not about what you. I need people to hear my point of view. When you say what you said right there about the 20 million, what? Say that one more time so I can catch up. What did you that last statement?
Um, Elon Musk has just like lost over $2 billion, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Check
I'm
this out.
My mind is
This
kind
is
of
what
fuzzed
they
out
do.
on.
Okay. This is what they do with Masons, and they do it on this platform too. Masons are liars. Masons are professional liars. Your politicians aren't rich. They're just professional liars that pretend like they're yuppies. Come on, you've lived in Austin long enough. The people in Austin do the same thing every day. Who do you think they get it from? Your little fake government. None of them are rich, bro. I've seen more money than any of them will ever see in their life. Do you understand that? Why do you think they're copying me? Bro, you can trace my history back. I did full shows for decades talking about love and fear are a vibration. We are vibrational beings. Do you know who they had steal my statement right in front of my eyes? Kanye West. Right now, they're copying me. They just sent that agent down here. I can give you concrete proof, and people still won't believe me. They just sent the agent down here. I'm the one who talked about Wes Watson recently. He brought up Wes Watson to me. Now they got Wes Watson talking about God and spitting the same rhetoric I'm spitting when Wes Watson is a materialistic Mason who doesn't own anything and has a fake escort as a girlfriend, and it's a complete joke. So when they say, yeah, we have 200 billion, whatever, that's how they keep them pigeonholed and keep you all under this guise of what I call the elephant in the room complex of believing the nonsense. Of course, they're going to throw big digits around for politics. They got to have you believe in this garbage. Do you see what I'm saying? It's wrestling, brother. It's all it is. They don't have anything we don't have. That we have the same resources that Trump has right now. Do you understand that? We both have nothing. Okay, I actually don't have nothing. I actually own some stuff. But my point is, let's just call it even, right? Let's say that doesn't exist what I have because I have more than them because I actually own it. But my point is, let's say I got nothing, right? Let's make it fair for them, even though they make everything unfair and lie. Let's be even nicer and make it even more fair for them. So let's say we're equal right now. We both have nothing. We have the same exact mission, except I'm a lot more ambitious about it. That's why I get on here and ask people for money and don't care who says, oh, you beg, whatever, because I'm running for office, basically. This is a presidential election right here. This is a campaign, whether people like it or not. People aren't going to put me on the ballot because we don't elect our president. If I want your dog on that screen icon right there, what's his name?
That's Roscoe.
Okay, let's say I want Roscoe to run for president. Okay, if I want Roscoe to run for president, can I put Roscoe on the ballot legally? Can I really do that? Let's get real with ourselves. I mean, they're going to tell you you can, but I mean, you know how many loopholes they're going to give you and excuses? Do you really think if I want Roscoe to be president, do I have a chance to really have him run, or has every presidential candidate and elector have they not been elected for us? The votes aren't counted. If people still think that, you're naive. I mean, the Florida election was rigged. They miscounted the votes on purpose. They did it in all these other states every time. They do it every time because the elections are rigged. The reason they pull that stunt and say they were miscounted is because, well, number one, people are stealing them and they're doing it on purpose and they're government agents that are being sent. It's all an inside job. This is not things I'm saying. I have concrete proof of all this. Okay. I have concrete proof that Columbine used military grade, you know what. I have concrete proof that the military runs inside jobs on schools and literally takes it out on our children. Do you understand that? This is why I'm Batman. I'm trying to stop child trafficking. Do you understand I have concrete proof right now publicly of videos that caught police departments trafficking kids? Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I do my job, bro. I investigate criminals for a living, bro. This is what I do, bro. I'm Batman. It ain't fake. That's why people respect me. I do the real thing, brother. There's videos right now publicly circulating the internet of a police department loading kids into an unmarked van, bro. We caught them red-handed. I'm the only man who said for the past I don't know how many years, about 5 years now, that the departments are all corrupt and they're who's doing the child trafficking. That's why there's an Amber Alert every 5 seconds and why nobody will go rescue the kid. Do you know how many kids we're losing? Do you know how many people and lives we're losing for no reason? While they tell you to think about Tesla and Elon Musk, Elon Tusk, a broke bum, while they tell you to worry about Jay-Z, a pedophile, a 33rd degree Mason, you think that means something, bro? There's more than 33rd degrees in Masonry, and that's not a success. That's a joke. Their whole thing is just satanic. It's worshiping the devil. It's all worshiping Saturn. Like, are you catching my drift? You live in a world that's
Yeah,
8,000
'cause-
times worse. It's go ahead.
no. No, I'm saying I catch your drift. I understand exactly where you're coming from. I
Yeah,
study myself,
you
but
live in a
yes.
world that's so much colder than what people think and can fathom. And that's why, like I said, these people are the people who have meetings in red robes at night, the ones right in this comment section, some of them. Why do you think they sent you? It's like the one guy said, he said, I see, he shows up and the crowd claps, like, give me a little round of applause right now, TJ.
Huh?
A little louder than that. Give me some clapping, just clap, like your applause. Like I showed up. Hi, people. Welcome, adoring fans. Go ahead and clap. That's all you got? Come on. You pretend it's Pamela Anderson. Clap, God damn it.
The fuck?
All right. There you go. All right. It's horrible clapping. But the point is, like I just entered the room, right? And the guy says, he says, we have, I see we have some friends here tonight. And then he pauses and he says, and I see we have some enemies. And the crowd laughs, right? And see, he's smart. He knows what I know, and he knows what's really going on in this country, in this world. And he says, he said, no, he said, I think we'd be naive and fooling ourselves if we didn't realize that some enemies are present. Does that make sense?
Say that again.
He says when he comes out for the speech, it sounded like a guy who does kind of what I do, speaking publicly, against Illuminati and basically, corrupt government and Freemasonry. And he says, I see we have some friends here. And then he pauses and he says, and I see we have some enemies. And the crowd laughs, but he don't laugh because he ain't playing. And he says, no, no. He says, I think we'd be a little naive and fooling ourselves if we didn't realize that we have this many people packed in this auditorium and that there are some enemies present. He knew what time it was.
Who are you
He
talking
knew
about?
what I'm talking about reality. I'm talking about that the world, see, this is what people don't get with me, man. I see everything not just in black and white, but I see it with an uncovered lens, and everybody else sees it through a jaded, cloudy lens because they're still asleep. I'm an awoken being. The world you live in is a mere fragment of what's really going on. When they tell you these movies about men in black, do you know they're real? The men in black are a real thing, bro. They go silence whole households because aliens landed in your backyard. It happens all the time. They've got this documented. They've got videos circulating. I don't know if they're all real, and I don't believe they are, all of them, but that doesn't matter, and it's besides the point. There's a bunch of real evidence. Okay, these people, they've got a video right now of a guy they say is a men in black. The woman reaches for a you know what because he breaks into the office. He puts his hand up and starts controlling her mind to put it down, puts it back in her purse, and goes and opens the door for him. The men in black can do mind control. The men in black will really erase your damn memory. The men in black go to households and they silence them because they're probably a CIA funded task force and they're really aliens from another planet. They're some kind of being that's supposed to protect between the worlds because they don't want the secret getting out about these gray aliens and these beings that are from another planet. The government already came out now and admitted it because they have no choice. They've known aliens were here for decades. I've been saying this since I beat my first album cover on Simpletons. You can look it up on Google. It's called Simpletons. It was a little rap album. It's not that good. I got a much better music now, but it was all right. But I have a sign. I drew a picture of me with a sign with an alien spaceship behind me and I have the sign and it says Anunnaki. Because I've been into this stuff for a long time, since I was like 16. I've been knowing the truth and what's going on. I've been knowing I have a purpose and that somehow I was connected to the Anunnaki. I might be the Anunnaki. That means I'm not really all human. That means I'm part alien. Why do you think these people can't get rid of me? You think that if I was a human being, you really think I would have survived these things? Come on, bro. The thing with the truck is on the channel, bro. It's a brief video of it. I have more of the footage it's somewhere probably, but I mean, the video shows, I mean, it's unsurvivable, dude. And I didn't just survive it. I got right back up. Okay. I mean, I don't even have any front teeth anymore because of it. Okay, they came out like chiclets. Okay, and I wasn't even phased. I literally said, "I'm good. I want to keep going." That's not normal. That's not, humans don't do that. I don't care what nobody says. It's not possible. And I just don't want to go into all the details. Let me continue to read the comments. Said said if you're in touch, then the animals start to interact. I swear to God, that's true. Yeah, of course it is. If you're in touch with the animal kingdom, if you have gifts like me, they tell me in the downloads. You don't understand. It walks me through it. It told me in the download right at that time. It said, yeah, you're connected to the animal kingdom. That's the whole point of Batman. The whole point of Batman is like the animal kingdom basically fighting back against the humans. That's what people don't get. People want to act, oh, it's so cute. It ain't cute. I represent these damn animals. I don't like you humans at all. Seriously, I'm not out here to look cute. I can't stand you. Like, how do you think I represent the orcas and SeaWorld straight up. I'm like Telecom. I can't stand human beings. I can't. Because you're insufficient. You're a joke. You people treat animals like they don't have a soul and say you got the audacity to say they don't have a soul. That's hilarious, bro. Animals have more of a personality than half you people. You people boring as hell. That's my whole point. They're slaves. They sit here and all they do is consume. You understand? All they do is consume nonsense, and they're not even a consumer. They don't even know how to consume properly. All they do is just feed whatever they tell you, they believe. That's what I never understood. What I'm trying to tell you is the world you live in is 8 million times colder than you could ever think and imagine. What I do is I'm taking it on head on. What I do is real. I don't just go out in the street, bro. I go after illegal organizations. I go after anybody who's corrupt. What I do is real. I don't talk about what I do. I just do it. You understand? Like I said, there's so much going on. I will never run out of work. That's what people don't get. Like I'm about to be so busy. That's why, like I said, when I ask the public and say, "Can y'all donate something?" That's why I can't stand most of them. Would you? If you standing up against the corruption in this world, and it's pretty much all corrupt and all evil, like your entire government is evil. I mean, you might as well throw that in the bag and understand already. I mean, there's no president that's not corrupt. Our last real president they claim was Ronald Reagan. JFK was a real president. Outside of them two, I ain't never seen one ever. And they're all a puppet anyway at this point. Kennedy wasn't a puppet. And you know who Kennedy was trying to disband? Do you know?
Um,
You want to take a guess? Because I'll tell you.
I mean, go ahead.
CIA. CIA is not our friend. CIA was never our friend. The CIA literally is who invented Facebook. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Do you know how many street supposed so tough gangsters have probably gotten caught on Facebook and are doing life sentences right now? Because it's a lot. But yet they claim they're so gangster. But it's taking the white guy to explain reality to them and point it out. And I get paid not to exploit people because I don't want to, but I get paid on here to talk about their ill-advised decisions. I mean, is that not a form of some kind of power? And I don't exploit anyone, but asking you, is that not power? Is that not smarter for me to be free out here in the free world and talk about their mistakes and the fact they weren't smart enough to realize that the Facebook created CIA so you can put out your location, so you can put out your data, so they can know everything about you? You think they didn't create it to catch criminals? That's the whole point. Because these smart ones, like what's his name did with me in Dallas, Eric Kane. He's got a YouTube name. You can look up his channel. Eric Kane went and pulled the you know what, a whole bunch of them on me on a video in Dallas, and that's a crime too. But see, I don't run and snitch, bro. I don't have to file lawsuits. I don't got to do nothing with people because I'm the streets. Eric Kane would go pull it on the camera, but Eric Kane got sunned in my face. That's why he did that. In other words, I ran into a dude in Dallas, right, with like fake weird nappy dreads or something, and I G checked into his face. I said, "What's up? You got a problem with the channel?" Right in front of him. I was staying in the bridge in the shelter, bro. That's what the real ones go through. We go through real things. We don't have it easy like Alex Jones because he's a snitch, right? So IG checked the dude to his face. I came up hard, dude. IG checked the dude to his face. I said, "Do you got a problem with my channel?" You know what he said to me? He said, "No, no, I just skimmed through it." I said, "Okay." See, people don't understand. I'm not faking the funk, bro. I really am. I really come from the street, bro. I really do this. If I wanted to brag and act like Mr. Tough Guy, I could talk a lot more, but I really am very humble. I really don't even like talking about it. I try to paint myself like I'm a yuppie snob, like I'm a cute little teddy bear, like I'm Mickey Mouse. Oh, know what I mean, TJ? Oh, Because Mickey's the boss. You're gonna do what you're told because I run it, like Disney. Yeah.
I believe I'm part of an evil corporation.
So my whole point is, I mean, I'm not when I get pissed, it's not that I'm mad at you. It's not that I disagree with. I mean, I do disagree to some things, but it's not that I'm trying to just scold you or say you're wrong. It's because how would you feel? I'm trying to enlighten you and everybody else. I'm trying to get people to understand the absolute truth that you live in a country and a nation that they're trying to make into a prison every day. These people think I should be silenced, bro. They want to get rid of me. They don't even want me on this planet around because I'm just being myself living my life. No, I'm going to make a stand and keep talking. Ain't nobody going to silence me or tell me nothing. These things have to be talked about, and I'm going to say my message proudly because people need to hear it. Like I said, I'm telling you the truth, bro. The difference between me and all these other people is you got a lot of people who try to kick fake rhetoric, but I live it in the streets. I don't get off here and then, oh, the job stops for me. I get off of here and I'm still a revolutionary, still representing what I'm representing, still putting work in to change the world and get things done. Everybody else just talks it. That's why they're not used to me. They're not used to a guy like me that actually does the real thing and really isn't just like an armchair revolutionary like the rest of them. You want to know who was smart back in the day? Malcolm X. Malcolm X is who I look up to. That's what people don't get. My movement is more similar to the Black Panthers than any other movement. It always has been. I've been doing this, bro, since I was like 16. That's what people don't get. I've had a street movement since I was 16. I'm 35 now. You don't think I've learned a thing or two? I've lived in trailer parks. I've lived in different neighborhoods all over America, different states, different cities. I've been in all the hoods. I've been in all the ghettos. I got arrested in Bankhead, the most notorious drug street in all of Atlanta. Watched a dope boy throw, literally duck into an abandoned building. You seen the movie Snow on the Bluff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in person. He put his hand in my car. He tried to rob me, and I don't get robbed. So I just rolled up the window and I let him get his hand out. Curtis Snow. I met him in person. He was tweaked out on the block downtown in Atlanta. And then I met him again at Hurt Park. At Hurt Park, the cops had to come. That's like Cobb County. I lived right there in Mableton. Hurt Park is just down the street. I lived right down the street basically from Hurt Park almost. So in Mableton area, he almost got arrested and he had the thing on him. Okay, right in front of me. We was in the basketball court. He tossed the thing over the fence in front of everybody. And the police were trying to retrieve it because they either knew he did it or saw it. I wasn't involved in it. I just was at the court and witnessed it and saw. But I know Curtis Snow. I've seen him around. He was there at that court the day that I was, doing what I was doing. Now, I don't know if it had anything to do with the filming. I hope not. But they really came and like he really could have gone to jail. I don't know if he did. I don't know, but he had the thing on him. He tossed it over the fence right in front of me. Hurt Park is a rough park, bro. Hurt Park, a lot of stuff happens. Club Q, like I said, I used to go in there, look it up in Atlanta back in the day. Look how many what's have happened in Club Q. I used to go in Club Q by myself, a white boy with a collared shirt dressed like Justin Timberlake. Don't be so quick to walk away. Real talk, I'd go in there. I want to rock your body. Please stay. But see, I'd go in there. No, real talk. They'd have like cute young just. I was young, bro. I'm like in my like not even 20, and I'm going there dressed as Justin Timberlake. I'd get in the thug space, and they all strapped, and they in their white tees. I swear to you on everything I love. I get in their face. They got their whole crew with them. I was funny as hell, but I was completely serious. I had no fear. The one dude goes, I'm standing alongside of them, and they're all black. I'm the only white dude in the club and I'm just there. It was funny as hell, bro. Like now thinking back, but like I was completely serious about it. So I'm standing, bro. Homeboy goes, he goes, he goes, man, you ain't part of my crew. Like back up. Like what you doing? I'm like, I said, you wish I was part of your crew. Told him that. And then another one, he was trying to intimidate me, bro. I'm in there by myself. And he tries to intimidate me. He literally like walks up on me, right? He's got his Timberlands on and everything. It's a big, big black dude. Like it looked like his name was Percy or something. He got dreads in there. He thought he was hard as hell. He thought he was super tough. Boy, I got in his face and screamed so loud, I probably eardrums didn't work the next night. And told him what? That's all I said, but like screamed it. That boy backed down. He didn't do nothing, bro. Looking him right in his eyes. I'm in that club, bro, by myself. Nothing, just me and my hands, just me. They all strapped, bro. That's what I come from. People don't understand. People think they're crazy. I'm insane. I know I'm crazy. That's why people don't get it. I'm not talking, bro. I'm about this. Like I came from ATL, bro. I came from Atlanta. I came from Bankhead. I came from Cutler Ridge in Atlanta, in Georgia. I came from playing basketball in College Park for real. I came from the Cutler Ridge that's in Florida. I came from Homestead in Florida. I walked up the street in Florida with a fake gold chain that made me turn my damn neck green, and I was walking like the game because I was pretty built working out then too when I was younger and probably a little bit thicker, right? Not because I was stronger, but just I was younger and weighed a little more. I was about 170, 180. So I'm walking with my chest out with a fake gold chain. You got like gorilla dudes across the grass right there because we in the projects. We hearing you know what's all night underneath us. I remember one night I looked at Derek Williams, my friend, who's like a tall black dude, and I'm staying with him and his mother, and the mother was, her preference was women, and she was trying to treat me like her little like wage slave and make me do like cleaning and stuff, and I would just kind of do it and keep my mouth shut. I think I stood up to her a couple of times, but it was kind of a funny situation. But my point is, yeah, you got like gorilla dudes across the grass on the grassy knoll, it looks like, and we're hearing what's all night below us. And I just looked at Derek one night. I said, there ain't no way we're gonna make it out of this. I was like, I just told him, I said, this is probably my last day. There's no way. I mean, would that not freak you out a little bit? I mean, all night, every night, hearing what's right underneath you, bro. The floor underneath us, they just kept busting, bro, nonstop. We're in the real projects. I'm talking about. I was like when I was like 17, 18. Okay, just got out of high school, like 16 to 18, and I'm in the projects, the real projects. So I walk up the street in that same hood, right? So I get through the night, I survive, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm alive somehow. So somehow I didn't get hit. But homeboy downstairs, I mean, has an itchy finger and just does not know how to handle anything clearly. I don't know what he's drinking down there, Hennessy or what, but he's just lit, right? So I get through another day. I wake up, I put on the fake gold chain. I say, I'm gonna go thugging outside. Why not? It's not like we gonna make it out of here anyway. I go walk up the street, and this is Homestead area. You gotta remember, you got Haitians, you got them big light skinned bro dudes that don't play out there in the street. So I'm out there hard body on the street. I turn to the left. The whole bank is yellow taped off because Haitians came in with you know what's and everybody what. Is that not crazy? That's the
Uh,
projects I come from. The projects I come from, bro. Me and Derek was having beef with street dudes. We couldn't even go to the CVS without me getting into it with one of them, and I'm the one setting it off. Like, what's up? We could do whatever. Like, I was the one that Derek would have to calm down. Like, I come from that for the real thing. I don't back down to anyone. I've had to take and do what I've had to do to survive in Florida. I mean, I'm talking about take what I needed. I'm really been thugging. I don't know what people talking about. That's why when people are like, "Oh, I'm this and that," I'm like, "You have no idea. You don't come from what I come from. You don't even understand. I'm not from the suburbs. I was from the suburbs when I was a kid. I went to the hood the minute I turned 16, and then I went through this whole street journey. I've been in Atlanta jails. Think I was in DeKalb County or Cobb or both. I was definitely in a detention center downtown. I was undefeated in basketball in the detention center. That means something for a white boy to go to the detention center in Atlanta downtown, right next to Five Points. People know what I'm talking about if they from Atlanta. I used to slang my tapes on the MARTA, bro. I used to sell my CDs on the MARTA. I look white, but I'm a street dude. So for a street dude to have the white knowledge and then get educated on all this government stuff and then have divine knowledge, people should be listening to me, bro. That's all I'm saying. I mean, what's your opinion? Do you not agree?
hey, I mean, if you have a testimony and you have, wisdom behind it, then, it's up to you if you want to share it with the world. So that's you.
Well, King Bingo here definitely doesn't have a testimony. You can go ahead and be quiet. I don't know if I like what's coming out of your mouth, King Bingo. You don't come on my show and disagree with Mandingo over here. Who do you think you are? And I'm not talking about TJ. I'm talking about me. I'm Mandingo. You got something wrong with you. What do you mean it's not the most corrupt? This is the most corrupt courtroom in the nation. King Bingo, you got a damn cat as your icon. All right. What's new, Bubba Cat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now I'm going to just unhighlight your comment because you don't deserve no shine. Andy Smith said corrupt for sure. Let's see what else here. Said you can't say nothing on
Screw you
YouTube
guys.
no more for real.
Going
See,
home.
see, see, nope, you can't say that. See, you can't say that word. He was talking about an appliance that people use, like the things I have to use to fix my scooter, people. See, he's right. You can't say nothing on YouTube no more. All right, let's see here. What are you talking about? You said that 2 days ago. We got to get rid of King Bingo. He's some weirdo trying to act like he's me and I'm him. That's what they do. I never said anything. See, I didn't even say nothing about Nipsey. Okay, you want me to go in on Nipsey? You know, TJ may not like that. I mean, I feel sorry for Nipsey. You know, I mean, honestly, I said what I said and I stand on it. You know, but like, I mean, I don't like Eric Holder. I mean, I think that Nipsey was more in my position that, you know, at least people looked up to him. I just said how I felt, which was that I don't feel that he was what they painted him to be. TJ might disagree. A lot of people might disagree, but that's the problem. A lot of people believe what the media paints. I believe what's really in the streets. And Nipsey was a skateboarder. Nipsey was not a street dude. Nipsey wasn't built like a street dude. Nipsey looked like a starved Ethiopian. If you want to get real, he looked like he weighed about 50 pounds soaking wet. He looked like his chain was hurting his neck. Nipsey was not a big guy. Nipsey was not a street enforcer. Nipsey was a dude that when he started getting a little older, he started getting that fame and shine. Why? Because the government recruited him to do that. You think that that a street dude's going to promote Bitcoin if somebody don't put a battery in his back and he ain't owned? Mike Tyson was in dictators' pockets.
Wait a
Y'all
minute.
didn't
Wait
know
a
this
minute.
stuff?
Wait a minute. Whoa,
But
whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah,
I'm
if
sorry.
you have questions, that's good. I want you to have questions. Go ahead. You don't have to agree.
Yeah. Oh, you're you're.
Just agree to disagree, though. But go ahead.
I mean, you're talking about Nip wasn't. You said. Are you saying that Nip wasn't who he said he was? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that the way you say it is hilarious. I'm not taking any credit away from Nipsey Hussle. I think he was an all right dude. I think that he was more what he said he is than most of them. So no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is he's not what they painted him as, which is what I said. He's not a super thug by any means. Hell no. He was never super thug. He was never a tough guy. He never helped anyone. I don't know where they get that from. Nipsey was there in the hood because he had to be. Nipsey wasn't rich. I'm telling you right now, rich people don't make these mistakes. I'm telling you right now, I know because I've been rich. That's how I got all this equity. It took cash. I had to buy it. I own everything. That's my point is that people don't give me any credit. Like I own a lot. That's why I talk about it because it took money. And so if I'm struggling now, it's because I've paid for so much and I created the whole infrastructure so I can have buildings to do what I need to do as Batman. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. What I'm saying is I don't get on here and try to paint anything opposite of reality. I 100% never thought Nipsey Hussle was tough. Never saw him do nothing tough. He did that thing with a security guard that was kind of played out. I felt like that was a you know what move. I felt like that was taking advantage of a dude trying to do his job and a bunch of suckers. That was picking on someone. That's all I saw him do. I mean, let's get real. He had a video where he got into it with a lady and some random bystander. That's not a tough thing to do. But see, the media is going to paint it the other way. I'm not saying I don't have respect for him, but I have respect for him of my own accord. As a human being, he did not deserve what happened to him by any means. But that doesn't justify me agreeing with nonsense and saying, "Oh yes, he was this and that, and he was big and bad." Bro, the dude looked like a stick, man. He's just not that dude, man. I don't care what no one says. He was never that tough of a dude. I don't know what they talking about. They making up stuff now. That's my issue. So I'm just saying we don't have to agree. That's fine. But from my position, look at how I would see it, and then why I have kind of an issue and why I speak on those issues. And that's what we need to do, regardless, because people need different opinions. Like that's the thing. People look at it in this universe now. They look perplexed when somebody disagrees with the basic premise that people consider reality. Does that make sense? So the TV tells you that Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer in the world. I laugh at that. That is the most comical, funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. He's a chicken. Everything is rigged. It's like wrestling. He hasn't won one of those you know what boxing matches. It's all rigged, and everybody knows it. There's plenty of people who say it, not just me. They make fun of him all over the internet. He just got pulled up on and handled by some street dudes. But people will say he's rich, but he's got the cheapest, most impoverished, ratty club in Vegas. And I was going to every strip club in Vegas when I ran the city for several months, okay, in two different times. And I was running Vegas, bro. I was who had all the money and was balling. They were nobody, none of them. And literally, they told me, do not go to his club. That's the only club I never went to was Mayweather's club. And you know why? Because he doesn't have any money. Now it just came out publicly. I proved my point like everything. I mean, it just came out Shannon Sharp, the crimes he's being accused of that I'm sure he committed or it's already proven. And then Floyd Mayweather, it came out that he didn't pay any of his clients. Of course not, because he's broke. I've been saying this for decades. This is not new. I've been saying these things forever. So I'm just saying the public reaction is the reaction you just gave earlier. It's the, oh my goodness, you're saying something against the status quo and against the collective conscious and against the normal. Isn't that what we need to say the truth? I understand that people want to lean on a system, but that's your problem. I mean, it's like let me say something, more with you, but not in any bad stance, but just reality. Like, you know how you like showed me the rapper the other day? You had a picture with the rapper chick.
Yeah. What about her?
See, now he's going to take it personally and think he's already ready to defend her. No, it ain't about her. I'm saying any rapper, right? I don't care if they're female, male. I mean, I don't mind you sending me the picture. It's cool and all that. I try to participate, but it's all a joke to me. I don't I don't I don't take it seriously because rappers being a rapper is the worst position that you can be in. You're not going to succeed as a rapper. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I don't care if you get your music on every bulletin board. That's just going to make you a target like Tupac, and it's going to be the worst reality ever. Am I not correct? I mean, look at all of them. We've lost every single one of them. King Von, all of them. You think that's for no reason? So the thing is, people shouldn't get mad at me in the public for what I'm saying. They should listen to what I'm saying. So check this out. Bobby Schmurda got pimped, extorted, and you know what by the system. Bobby Smurda was forced to dance on a table, which is symbolism for what? Racism and discrimination. Same thing with what's his name? Blah blah on your birthday. Blah 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 do on your birthday. Yeah, Black Youngster. Black Youngster. Yeah, Black Youngster was made to perform that garbage on. Actually, I kind of like that song, but he was made to perform that song on a table again, showing this system and how it works. And you got all these white people in the room clapping their hands, looking at him, kind of laughing. So he thinks he's being given an opportunity. You're not being given an opportunity. Now look what's happening. Are not all the rappers taking each other out? And they're all going to court serving life sentences. We just had Keith D get locked up for Tupac. You know that Snoop Dogg had every. I don't care what they say. Snoop Dogg should be in prison for life. He's exactly who's responsible for Tupac. You know why he's not? Because he's a federal snitch informant. He's a Mason. He works for them. They all took out Pac, and Masons are who run the courtroom. So until they start ratting on each other and the system eats itself, which it's going to do, these people will have to wait a little longer to get their karma. Why do you think Diddy's getting his karma? Diddy's not just getting karma, that system eats its own. That's why I stand against masonry so much. It's going to
Oh,
eat all of them. Listen, I'm the man who said Diddy and Jay-Z would get their karma for the last decade. You can ask every person here. I can't stand either of them. I knew they were pedophiles day one. They're evil. I can't stand them, and they make horrible music. Okay, Diddy's got a
I
few good
I'm
tracks.
gonna be like this.
Jay-Z sucks. Go ahead.
I do believe you about P Diddy. I do believe you
Yeah,
about Jay Z, but I believe
you
that
love Nipsey Hussle.
I'm not saying this because I'm in agreement with what they're doing, but I do believe that it's going to be a very, very, very long time before they even catch Jay Z in any type of act and everything. Because
Well, he's
for me,
already
I
been
think
accused. He's already been accused. I thought they already were nabbing him. I don't know.
no,
I don't know
they're
what's
not.
going on. Okay,
That
well, let me
man.
tell you. Let me tell you why they're not. They're not doing it because he's a Mason. That's it. They're all Masons. That's why Diddy, while he serves his time in prison, it's like being in a yacht clubhouse. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, we need to do something to change this hierarchy and fix our society because I'm not going to live in a society where pedophiles are king. I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
I'm telling you right now. I mean, I take it that seriously. I mean, and here in Texas, we really don't play about that. That's that. I mean, you can't even walk in the street. Like P Diddy can't come down here. I'm just being honest. They can tell you whatever on the TV. He better have a lot of security. He comes to Texas, People do not. I mean, the problem is I can't even say that. You know why? Because all the street gangs are so soft now that they don't enforce what they're supposed to enforce. But Texas is supposed to be a state where all these dudes are supposed to be tough and enforce that, and we don't allow none of that pedo stuff down here at all, dude. We don't play with that. If we catch that on your file at all, or we hear you have that, I mean, it's just go time. That's the truth. With anybody who's real, nobody plays like that. And to see me, I'm not going to risk my whole freedom in life to be mad at a guy because he made a horrible decision and did something disgusting. I'd rather do it through the Batman approach. Do you get what I'm saying? And keep my freedom and approach it as a business and say, well, I'm going to do justice the right way, whether it be in the street or whatever, but the right way, everything just hands, and I'm going to stand up to you and I'm going to make sure you're exposed and looked at for what you've done instead of, what happens between inmates. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
going to throw my life and my future away because a guy wanted to do something disgusting. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
That's part of the reason why I disagree with a lot of people in a lot of things, because I believe in self-preservation now. I mean, I made it this far. I wasn't supposed to. I don't know how I'm even, functioning every day. Why would I throw away my chance of survival at this point? Like, no, I won't do it for anybody and anything. That's why I believe in this Batman thing so much, because Batman is about justice. Batman doesn't cross the line with none of that, because he says what? He says that's what separates us from them. I believe in keeping life. I want people to survive and live. That's the main thing. It's been my rule since my whole life, bro. Honestly, I have the same rule as I was meant to be Batman. I've always had that rule. I've told people that forever because I was always in the streets. So sometimes it's not even something that you can really avoid if you really in the streets and you moving around like that. I mean, will you not back me up on that? We see it every day, do we not?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I've seen plenty of dudes. I stayed in the arch, bro. I've seen plenty of dudes have that happen out there messing around in the streets, and I've seen they mamas who were out there with them just crying to high hell and heaven. But it's like at the end of the day, in their case and situation, who's to blame for him running around crazy selling drugs? It's y'all's fault. You had him out here. You got him running around wild like he's G tough and super Billy gangsta instead of being a normal citizen. And even if you're on the street, I mean, try to send your kid to school or something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
I'm saying sometimes you got to calm it down and have people go about doing things the right way. If you put yourself in an environment, anything can happen. You think I didn't know when I slept in front of the arch outside there on the pavement when it was really active that I may not wake up? I knew that. That's why I kept my eyes peeled. I didn't get much sleep. I showed up to Austin like that before. I slept right there, bro. Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where all the active stuff's doing, where all they're doing is all that drug activity and all that nonsense all day, and then the cops will come wash the building off and run them all off like once a month. They do it in front of everyone. They're all going back and forth, bro. You want to see some crazy stuff? Just pull up in front of the arch. It's insane. It's insane what they do out there. That's insanity in its purest form. I mean, do you not agree?
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I'm talking about, bro. I've seen dudes get it right in their armpit from deals gone wrong, from messing with dealers out there and stuff. I'm talking right through the glass, just watching them. Dude didn't get up for like an hour, screaming and writhing pain. I mean, I live this stuff. That's what people don't get. I don't shy away from it. I'm me. I don't approach things through fear. But now at this point, I'm 35 years old. I've kind of made it. I live good for the most part of my height, right? I got huge problems still, but they my own personal things that I got to try to deal with, right, and do the best I can, and they all require me having money. But that's why when I tell you when I go to Austin, it's not personal or anything about you. I just get a little nervous about it because but look at what's going on in Austin right now, bro. You think I want to deal with that? We don't have that out here. I ain't got problems like that. I ain't got to worry about nobody, like this is boys in the hood. This ain't boys in the hood, homie. We out here on some white yuppie snob stuff. We're out here on some Will Ferrell stuff. You know what I mean? Like because
for
people don't.
for me,
I made it out of the
uh,
hood.
like it's going to be negativity everywhere that you go. I don't try to focus on none of
Thank you,
that
Andy.
because it doesn't have nothing to do with me. I just really just try to stay out the way and just be on my own, man. To be like
Right,
so sincere, like
right.
people get stabbed, people get shot, and people.
Don't use wait. Don't use that terminology on here. Just say like
Oh,
blank or something. Yeah.
okay, well, people get blanked. I don't, I don't care. You know, anyway. But yeah, things happen to people all the time and everything, brother. I try to, um, not put myself in those type of situations if I don't have to be. Like
Right.
if it's
And that's the
people
attitude
choose
we
to
have
put
this. Well, go
themselves
ahead.
in that type of situation. So you
Wait,
know,
say that again so they can hear that last statement. That was
I
true.
could,
All of it is true.
yeah, people choose
Okay,
to put themselves in that type of situation. So like, why
exactly.
would I,
And I'm not
want to be around that if I don't have to be around it?
right. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, we see eye to eye on that. You know what I mean? But that's my point. So that's why I get a little nervous about it because it's like Austin is not, Austin in 2010 anymore. I mean, Austin is it's turning into Gotham just like, anywhere. I mean, I got it locked down here. We good down here. We eating tacos. I mean, not right now because y'all won't donate. You won't give me any money, so I can't enjoy any Mexican food. You people don't want to see me eating. You want to see Batman starve. So, my point is though, we're good down here. We don't have nothing to worry about because Batman basically runs the streets and got everything safe. Gotham is saved. He tried to pull that line too because everything I say they repeat. So I said that there was someone on Facebook talking about, oh, the streets are not safe. Like I was like, who the hell? Like who the hell are you? Like the streets are safe. I made sure of it. Like it's offensive. Like they're doing it on purpose, is what I'm telling you. They're typing fake comments, but they know the streets are safe down here. Like yes, things happen still. They're happening, but now it's happening in a way that the other people can do their job now with it and they can handle that stuff because that's their job. That's not my job. You get what I'm saying? Batman does what I need to do. I serve my purpose and that's it. You know what I mean? So, that's all I can say. Now, if we get the money and the budget up, I can go to major cities and I can stop the major stuff, which is the whole purpose and goal of this. Thank you, Andy, for saying that. He said, I wish I could donate right now. Someone send this man some bread. That Mickey Mouse impression was on point. So, at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, we try to have fun here, but yeah, I mean, that's the truth about Austin and anything. And I have mercy, I have forgiveness in my heart, I have understanding and empathy. So I understand totally because it's the same position I'll be in if I go up there. I don't have a choice. I don't want to be judged. Oh, he was out there, thugging. No, I wasn't thugging. If I go to Austin, I'm there for business. I'm trying to, everything is clean cut. I try to do things the right way. I built from nothing and went out there and had nowhere to go and stayed out all night and walked all night and still worked. I've done it for years. I used to work, not sleep. I used to not sleep for 2 days, 3 days at a time, damn near. Used to work nonstop and then give me a hotel the second day and just knock out. I mean, I was running on fumes nonstop because I had to hustle and get where I was going. I didn't have a choice. I've done all that out there. That's what people don't get. And I'm talking about holding my own in the street. I worked right off of what's it called? What's that street called? Break wood through that wood machine and have to do all the paint with it and take care of that. Big planks of wood all day like the transporter. Like I did all of that, bro. I worked on breaker. I worked on what's the road that starts with the R, TJ? I think it's a R, not just
Uh,
breaker, but
I don't know,
what's that
Runberg, I guess.
farm? Yeah, Runber. I work right on Runber. That's where the place was with the paint machine and the wood. You know what I'm talking about? I used to cash my checks at that little check store, bro. That was right in between when I was, working to try to save the 50-acre property and I sold it for 100,000. The other dude I knew from Austin, he lost his property. He let the government take it. That's the difference between me and a lot of them. I ain't gonna let no government play me out of what I got. I had a warrant out and everything, bro. For 7 years, I was on the run. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that at all.
Well, now you know. Now you know that Tyree Sneed was a fugitive at one point. So, I mean, for those 7 years, I told them what it was. I said, I can't let this property go. And that's what they're doing. They kept pushing the court date back for this measly little misdemeanor that I did 45 days in the can for already, and it's all good now. But they, yeah, they couldn't get me for 7 years. Tyree Sneed is a ghost. Okay. I disappeared. And, people don't understand. I've had to live like that with that pressure and holding me back. Just like now, I'm still being held back with the suspended license nonsense. Like, I know how to operate while I'm being held back. And it did me a favor, man, because driving, all you do is see people in accidents. Do you know that you can get a life sentence just for hopping in a car? Did you know that? Let's get real. I mean, if you drive, you can get a life sentence just from that. Do you know that?
What?
You can get a life sentence just for driving in a car. All you got to do is make one mistake on the road. You're aware of that, right? People don't think about these things.
I mean, if you're drunk or DWI, but I've never heard of
No,
somebody.
no, no. You don't have to be drunk. It happens all the time, man. People just make a mistake or end up in the wrong place at the wrong time. I've seen it plenty. You don't have to be drunk. You can get a life sentence. You don't got to be drunk. You don't got to be under any kind of substance.
That
You're
would depend on what
driving.
you're doing with the vehicle. I've just,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you'd have some responsibility. What I'm saying is people don't think ahead. People don't think, if I get in this car right now, it happens every day, does it not? It's how people end up in jail. People get in a friend's car. Hell, I ended up in jail in Florida because this dude would not stop asking me for my keys. I let him drive my truck or my car or something like that. We switched keys or something, and bro, I ended up in jail because I didn't know how to turn the damn lights on in his car. Cop grabbed me, took me out the car. The girlfriend at the current time was screaming, "Oh my goodness, hey me!" I went to jail and got detained for a night, and I lied to a cop and told him my name was R.L. Stein, the author of Goosebumps. Okay, you don't laugh at that? You don't think that's funny, TJ?
I mean, I really don't know what to say. I guess.
Yeah, yeah, you can't lie to a cop about your name. I learned that early, and it's a good thing to learn because a lot of people try to do it. You cannot do that. You're gonna get locked up. And I got detained for a night. They just had me in like a holding cell, and then I got out. I was in high school. I was the high school basketball star there, so it worked itself out. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know what other name to come up with. I thought that I was gonna get the same thing, like lose my license at the time if I told them my name. So I thought about it. I said, he said, "What's your name?" I said, R.L. Stein. That boy, he grabbed me out the truck. He said, "You or car, you going to jail?" like, and I'm telling you, that girlfriend at the time, she was freaking out. She didn't like that at all. She was not happy. He was crying, and yeah, she was distraught. And then after that, it was like the relationship never happened or worked out after that. It ruined everything. I don't know why, but I don't know. Like, I think we were still together for a little. I don't care, but I think we were still together for a little bit, and that was it. But that was the one where they both fought over me. There was two. One of them was a Greek chick, and the other one's name was Cheyenne or something, a redhead. And the redhead is the one that watched me get arrested. Um, and then yeah, they got into it, and Renee was the Greek, and she wore like some boots and tried to use her huge boots with heels against Cheyenne. It was like a whole thing, like a whole showdown right in my high school over little old me. I used to have girls fight over me, TJ.
Oh wow.
Oh, you can't believe it? Thanks a lot.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm just, just listening to how the way you're wording things. That's all.
Oh, what's wrong with how I'm wording it? These people are sick. They're just disgusting. Well, I'm listening. That Nip is alive. Oh my goodness, Nip is not alive. But believe what you want. What's wrong with my wording?
It's
Bobby was
it's
an
nothing.
OG. Who's Bobby?
It's nothing, man. I'm just listening right now, man. Don't mind me.
All right.
I'm
Said TJ, you can tell like we can. Tyree is soft as Jello with his lies. These people are hilarious. We can hear it in your voice. Stop snitching, Snoop. Oh, Snoop did a lot more than snitch. I mean, Snoop was right there, stone faced, cold blooded. like Penguin, cold blooded. I am not a human. I am an animal. Cold blooded. I am the penguin. But yeah, no, Snoop didn't just snitch. Snoop knew exactly what they were gonna do to Pac, and he didn't I mean, he's who had all involvement in it. I can't stand Snoop Dogg. You couldn't even put me in the same room as him. I'm just being honest. He's someone I would snap on. I'm just being honest because I know what happened. And that's what's just so weird. I differ from the public. The whole public will go along with that nonsense. Oh, it's Snoop Dogg. I won't. You can't put me near him, bro. He's someone I would literally snap on, bro. Straight up. I would get in his face and let him know what time it is real quick. You couldn't bring that skinny dude around me. Straight, he emaciated too. He's skinny as hell. And because they don't eat, because you know why? Because they be worshiping the devil all day. I'm telling you the truth with that too, man. Them Masons, I'm real as hell. Them Masons, they worship Satan and they feed the statues like they do down here with these people with the San La Muerte nonsense. Real talk, bro. They don't eat. That's why they so skinny. That boy's skinny, man. But go ahead. Why do you think that was so funny?
No, just the way that you was talking about, Snoop's weight and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't just him. I mean, they're trying to do it with Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa, I mean, I'm not going to say he did all that. They all have to make sacrifices. I mean, if you check any family of any fake celebrity, I'm talking about these celebrities that they call celebrities. See, I'm an independent celebrity. I didn't have to do what they did. I'm not a mason. I built all this with hard work and my own accord and my genius mind. Nobody gave me anything. I had to get 1,000 subs on here. Now they made it easier on these little soft snowflakes that it's only 500 plus. I had to get 1,000. I had to go hard and get all the watch hours. I mean, I'm lucky I got monetized. It took hard work, okay, and persistence. And they flagged about at least probably like what, 8 of my channels. I had to start over time and time again. I've been doing this for years, man. I had channels over 2,000 subs before, so imagine having to start over, bro. It's hard, but my point is, Wiz Khalifa, they trying to get everything I do, they try to copy. They trying to make Wiz Khalifa look like he's in shape. He may be in shape, but he ain't strong. He can't do what I do because he ain't built like that. You can do all the working out you want. You either it or you're not. I don't know. You ain't gonna take these nerds, and that's what just it sickens me. You take the Drakes of this world, who literally he had a crush on Lil Wayne, and I'm positive he got with him. Okay, I'm talking about really got with him. Okay, and like Drake Drake did all that, and they'll take Drake and try to paint him like he's gangster. He'll start rapping fake gangster lyrics. Oh yeah, I'm in the hood.
Come
I'm in
on,
the his. They
Drake
ain't
has
never
when
loved us.
when has Drake ever rapped gangster lyrics? We all know that
Bro, he does it
he's
all
come
the time. You know
he's
why? You know why he does it? You know why he does it? He brags about the sacrifices he makes. Seriously, do you understand what? It's just people don't understand what goes on in the rap game for real. He's responsible for a lot of people losing their you know what. Seriously, he's a mass you know what. Seriously, Drake, all soft LGB you know what, all of them. He's a mass you know what, just like George Bush. George Bush is responsible for depleted uranium babies out there in other countries. Y'all need to look that up. I'm talking about he didn't just affect one generation. He completely got rid of them like he was an exterminator, and then he turned around and affected every generation after, where they're born with 3 arms and 8 legs. Can you imagine being that evil? That's why I try to do what I do, man, because we just live in an evil world, man. People don't understand what's going on, bro. Yeah, Drake sacrificed his best friend, bro. Do you know what they did to his best friend? There's a video on YouTube. I'm gonna look for it and send you the link after this, so you can get a picture of how real what I do is and how real this is standing up to these people. Do you know what they did to Drake's friend?
I think he got killed or something.
Wait, watch the language. Just say got
Uh,
blanked or something.
uh, well, I mean, if they,
Say got Roscoe. He got Roscoe. Use your dog's name, Roscoe.
I guess I got witched. I'm sorry, bro. When it comes to having a filter on me speaking my truth and everything, like I don't
I
give
know, but we just
a
have to
bleep
do it for
about
this.
a bleep, and they can all kiss my bleep and all of that and everything. So
I know, but for
all of
me,
that.
you got to
I
care
mean,
because this is my livelihood.
I'm sorry because it's like for me. all of this monetizing and trying to use safe words and everything because somebody gets easily offended by what's being said or how they being felt. I come from a different timeline to where I don't give a about none of that at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand, but
But
listen,
I'm but
you're gonna have
I'm
no, wait. What are you doing? Hold on. You're gonna have to because this is my business and my livelihood. That's what I'm saying. It's not about people getting offended.
yeah.
It's
Which
about the network itself.
that's where I was getting to. I was going to say that yes,
Yeah,
I have to. I know I have to respect your channel and everything, but it's like this. YouTube is kind of getting insane with this right now. Like
kinda.
even on
Sentence.
e- even on my music channel and everything. Um,
Oh, they're not gonna let
uh,
you do no music. You can't make music on here. They take creative control to a whole nother level, man. I do music for a living. I can't make no money off music on here. I tried it on this channel. They flagged me for that because I used a beat. Can't do nothing on here. No,
but
it's past insane.
it's like for me, bro. I don't. I'm just done with how the way oh well you can't say this and
Right.
oh you can't say that and oh we get like for me I don't care. I've never cared. I am a
I don't either.
90s. I'm like people who can't take a joke or people like you who get
Right.
easily offended crawl under a rock. I'm sorry.
Well,
Is
I mean, let me say this. That's why I do what I do. That's the whole point of it. I mean, what do you think I'm doing, bro? I'm taking all these corporations on head on, but I'm just doing it the right way, legally by the book. That's what people don't get. I'm taking YouTube and Google to court, bro. They're gonna owe me a lump sum. They're gonna have to pay me millions. They don't have a choice. What happened to me, bro, what I went through behind this, I should have full evidence. They should have full evidence. There should be full documentation of everything regardless. It's all public. I mean, people really messed up, bro. I mean, it's they might have to pay me millions of dollars. That's going to be extra money on top of the millions Christina's negotiating and the inheritance they stole from me. I have a whole inheritance they stole, bro. I'm supposed to be like the Prince of Wales with money and stuff. That's why I'm telling you. I'm just if you stick with me and be patient for now, and just try to follow these rules for now, then we can get where we need to be, and we can continue to defeat these people. That's the only reason why I'm able to do it. I totally understand. I'm the same way, but we just it's what we have to do for the time being. And there's other platforms. I mean, I have other channels we can use where you can let her rip and say what you want to say a little more. But on this channel, we just gotta, we gotta try to watch it. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand, brother, and like I said, I'm being respectful because this
Thank you.
is your channel and everything. But I'm sorry, my the timeline I come from is totally different, and it's just annoying that I can't be myself because I have
How
to
do you think I feel? Right. Exactly.
not
Oh, I totally get it.
I can't be offensive because I mean I don't care. I literally don't care because and I'm
Well,
saying in the sense of a
I get it.
monetized channel. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
Well, let's go to yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand you don't have to keep explaining. Let's go to a more positive subject. Who's
how about
Roscoe,
them
by the way?
Cowboys?
You have a dog?
Yeah, I have two dogs.
Are they there with you right now?
No. My aunt
Oh,
is taking care of them back in the land. I didn't want to, have them go through any rough patches what I'm going through right now. So I wanted to make
you
sure
say
that,
in Atlanta?
no.
Oh,
I
well,
said
yeah.
my dog.
You don't need to say one. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
my dogs were my aunt. They're back in the land. So if you know what I mean by the land, you know where I'm from.
I
Um,
don't know what you mean by the land, TJ. I'm still white.
uh, California Negro,
I figured. Yeah, I kind of did know I was being sarcastic, but yeah, it was a
but
good time to make a joke. But yeah, Roscoe looks like a cool dog. That's pretty cool. Are you planning on going over there? Is there? I mean, what's up with the Greyhound ticket? Do you think it's possible or no?
Um, were you talking about uh
I'm considering it. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying that I'd stay with you, I mean, that's the only way it's going to work, though. And like we have food. I mean, that's really all I need. I'm pretty easily satisfied. It's not like
I
I
mean
need, a whole strip club in front of me. Obviously, I'm with Christina. I mean, I like if I have those two things, I'll be all right. I miss having my laptop. Do you have a laptop? Because they stole mine. That church group threw it away when I was stranded in Kentucky because they're cowards. I need a
um
laptop. That's about it, though. If I had a laptop, I'd be pretty entertained. That would be all I would kind of use in Austin. You know what I mean? Go places and sit down on the laptop or whatever. Order me a drink if
I
I had the money.
I do have a laptop, but it's an Apple laptop and everything, and you know
Those are the best ones.
very I'm
I'm
very
not saying for
skeptical.
me.
Uh huh.
I'm not saying for me. I mean, that'd be cool if you
I
had
mean,
one extra one, but yeah,
do
I
you
just
want
need a
the
computer.
do you want do you, I mean it's up to you. Like if you want to buy it or something. I mean,
If I get the
uh,
money, then yeah.
yeah.
What would you sell it for?
Um, we can negotiate a price and everything, and see what works in your budget. But
What if I want to
you
buy
know,
Roscoe for for 2 grand? Oh,
no, I've actually had somebody that tried to make an offer on my dog. I'm not giving up none of my dogs.
yeah,
Like,
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't try to buy Roscoe from you. Wait, how much did you say for the laptop?
um, I would probably say like around about probably like four, probably five.
Ooh, ooh, that's rough. Uh, you Nipsey
And
hustled
the,
me right
the, the
there.
only the only the only reason why I said it is because I have uh Pro Tools and everything because I was learning how to make beats on my laptop, and
Oh,
I was
that's pretty cool. Yeah, that costs some money to program, right?
right.
They used
So
they used to have it where you could get all those programs for free, but yeah, they ruined all that.
well, I mean
Can't do
everything
that no
costs
more.
now except the air to
Yeah.
breathe. So
Pretty much. Well, that costs too, or it's about to pretty soon, pretty much. Yeah, but my whole point is just people need to. But yeah, we'll talk about the laptop thing. But I mean, I was just saying, do you think it'd be possible to try? I mean, right now I'm still trying to get you to help me just to get by right now. But I mean, is the Greyhound thing even a possibility? You think over a little bit of
yes,
time?
yes,
Okay,
that
because
is
when I told you is when I told you, if you remember, don't tell them, but the date, anything after that, if I can figure this situation hopefully and save my bank account. If not, it's going to be a huge problem either way. But I just got to see what happens this next month, But I need people to donate. Like I said, everybody keeps talking about my Cash App and talking about donating, but nobody's doing it. Not that you did, and you donated 5, but other people are just not really doing much. We had a guy named Michael too, but I didn't know if he was from down here. He said he was in the hospital, and then he said when he get his settlement, he would help, and he would send like $10 here and there, and he just disappeared. I don't know what happened with him. And I was trying to be nothing but nice to him. I mean, try to be nice to everybody. It's just I got patience levels like anybody, and I'm not going to kiss up to anyone. Um, but my whole deal is just people need to wake up. They need to realize what world they live in. But yeah, no, my federal lawsuit is going to be easy to win with these people. I mean, it's not something that has to happen because they're getting their karma and justice anyway. That's my whole point. You know what God told me, bro? I'm just being honest. God told me vengeance is mine. I've talked about it several times on here, and they're seeing it. I mean, I've gone on people's panels and said instant karma, and then crazy stuff happened. I mean, I'm a prophet, bro. I'm just not the one to mess with when it comes to all that. I'm not the one to play with. Like I really am, touched by the Lord. I'm divinely anointed. I mean, people do not want to play these games with me, because I don't play. I get right to it, and it's all spiritual now. I don't even have to, do no. If Batman has to come physically, that's even worse of a problem. I mean, I don't have to do anything but exist, like they said. I mean, my existence is enough to prove my point and expose them. So I'm not too worried about the lawsuits. I'm just saying the truth of the future, that if I get the money, I'll be able to put them together and they'll owe me some money, maybe a whole lot. But people just need to wake up and realize how cold the world is, man. They need to wake up and realize what's going on. And that's my only thing, is I come here and I educate the public about this stuff, and then they go right back to kissing up and supporting a system like we didn't just have this whole talk like it meant nothing. I just can't deal with brainwashed people. I can't deal with a public that's come to a consensus that they support their oppressor. I just don't get it. I would never support Jay Z. He's a pedo. He sold out his own people in his own community. They all did. That's why they pulled out these fools like Lil Wayne out these fake hoods and pulled them out and said they were rich. None of them are rich. It's not if they make it, you make it. They sold you out. Every one of you. They sold out your community. They sold out their own people, and that's the truth. Is they're who pulls the strings. The black bull. They want to pretend they pull the strings. They're not rich. LeBron James is not rich. He lives in a home he doesn't own. He drives cars he doesn't own. They're all the same. And I'm talking about any creed or culture. I'm talking about the white folks. I'm talking about everybody. They're all the same, bro. Jim Carrey and LeBron James have no difference in them, other than LeBron, kind of plays basketball. And I'm not even impressed with the NBA at all. I know they're not the best players in the world because I've seen dudes in the street that will run circles around them. They don't compete. It's just always the same, like Tim Duncan. Like I said, watching Tim Duncan is like watching a brontosaurus eat on a tree or feed on a tree on leaves. He looks like a brontosaurus on the court.
Who?
He's boring. Tim Duncan. It's a big brontosaurus. He's boring. Yeah. He's boring as hell. He's like going to a dinosaur exhibit. Like, I can't watch him. Like, just take me to Jurassic Park. Go watch a brontosaurus eater, an animatronic one. They got those now in Universal Studios. I ain't trying to watch this nonsense. I've always hated Tim Duncan. I can't stand him because he's little. There's nothing special about him. He's not good. He's not talented. Now, Ginobili ain't no joke. Ginobili ain't nothing to mess with. Ginobili's got talent. That boy right there will cross you over. Now, Ginobili's got talent. That Ginobili versus me would be a hell of a matchup. But what's his name? Tony Parker? Hell no. Hell nah. Tony Parker was never nobody. He's just a dude who dribbles the ball a little bit. And that's my only issue. My issue it's not hate, it's not envy, it's not jealousy. It's this society don't make no sense to me. It's unfair. Like I said, they had him in that fake relationship with Eva Longoria. All them fake relationships and marriages with celebrities are fake. You didn't know that? They're arranged. That's what they are. They're fake. There's no love in them. They're not real. They don't even necessarily get together. That's why they always get fake divorces. Same thing with like Brad Pitt. You gotta remember, man, Brad Pitt's supposed to be so good looking, but you notice how the dudes who are so good looking, they claim, always end up with a joke. Brad Pitt got with Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie was with that dude. What's his name? Do you remember the one she was wearing like the blood amulet for, and she was going crazy over, and she was all over? She wasn't like that with Brad Pitt. You remember him? What was his name? The dude that plays Bad Santa. You got to know his name. I don't know his name. Anybody know his name? What is that actor's name? Billy Young or something? What's his name? You don't know who I'm talking about, TJ?
I don't know. I don't pay attention who their husbands are and everything. I just know.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying that the world is fake, and people don't understand. We live in a very cold, very evil world. It's like Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi goes to Africa. Bill Zane, he said, is the name. See, I said Billy. I got it somewhat right. I'm pretty smart. But yeah, I mean, Bon Jovi goes to Africa, and all the kids in Africa that they know are not going to make it, and they actually, this is how evil our government is, bro. They know that. I think it was what I was taught, what I researched was that lemon makes the AIDS progress quicker or something like that. Whatever made it progress quicker, they go over there and they give it to these kids that have that in Africa. And Bon Jovi gets on stage and gives a speech and says, "You're all going to see God." These people are sick, and they use
what?
God to do their evil. Yeah, that's a real thing that happens. Bon Jovi goes to Africa. they know that what they're giving the kids will make the AIDS progress quicker, and they have that in Africa because the government is who gave it to them and put it there. Just like they control the weather, just like they control the damn wind down here and keep doing it to mess with me. The government, Illuminati, and the elites, they don't control people, but they have control over different things. That I can assure you. They have technology to do things we have no idea about. But yes, they go and then they tell the kids, "You're going to see God." They don't know what they're saying. They think they're praying for them and they're on their side. A lot of people do a lot of evil, hiding behind the name of God, man, and the Bible. I'm not really about the Bible so much. I think there's some truth in it, but it's definitely been tampered with by man. I'm about the real God. Like I said, he's love. Like I said, we're not following the same God, because if we were, they wouldn't be doing all this evil and I'm doing all this good. The God I'm talking about is the real God. You know what God tells me? He tells me I'm the remnant of his kingdom. I'm supposedly supposed to rebuild his whole kingdom. That's why I'm talking about building my own city. I think that's what's going to happen. Like Noah's Ark. I think that's really going to happen. That's what I'm doing all this for. But yeah, my point was Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie was all over Bill Zane. She wasn't like that with Brad Pitt. Like, that's embarrassing. Then Ti is with Tiny. I heard Jamil Nuts ran into Tiny. Like, yeah, because Tiny's broke and homeless too, just like Jamil Nuts. Huh, for real. Give me some clapping. Give me some clapping, TJ. Give me a clap. I made a joke. Ha! Tiny. Tiny looks like Tiny looks like Miss Piggy.
I've been
Oh, for
saying
real?
that.
Yeah, she's hideous. You got Ti. They say, "Oh, Ti's so good looking," and he's got the worst looking broad in existence. I mean, you go down in Atlanta in the crack alleyways in the back and might find something better than that to take home. I mean, literally. I mean, that boy, that, that boy, that boy right there is blind or stupid, or I don't know what his damn problem is. But I want to have a talk with him, because he used to be good looking before he got the fake little dreads. He was all right when he had the fade. We were all bumping Ti. We was with it. I used to go in the club with my sunglasses and my head held high, and I wanted to be like Ti. I went through my phase. Ti was cool for a minute in Atlanta. He was popping for real, but man, when he got with that Tiny and he ain't left, like, golly, you some wasted potential. That's crazy, son. He looks crazy with them dreads now, with them little mini dreadlocks. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He kept getting himself in trouble. He makes a lot of bad, impulsive decisions. He's a snitch too. You know that, right? He's a federal informant. He had to
Who?
snitch and rap when they caught Ti. When they caught him with them guns in Atlanta, he had to tell. That was the only way he was gonna survive and keep making a career. Yeah, he got caught with all them. You know what? He had to tell. He's a snitch. I don't care. He's still all right. He's Ti. He's cool. He's realer than
I don't know,
most.
man.
Hell, at least he
Tiny,
tries to make
uh,
a stand.
Tiny, Tiny kind of remind me of Miss Pearly with that little mustache she have.
Who's Miss Pearly? All I can think of is Miss Piggy with Kermit.
Miss Pearly from from
No,
from
Kermit.
Friday After Next.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'll have to look it up, or so you can send me a video maybe, and I'll remember. But I believe you. She just looks hideous, man. I don't like. Who would date that thing? Seriously, I'm not even trying to be mean. I mean, I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Georgia. I've dated women in Georgia and Atlanta. And I'm talking about, honestly, Christina knows that I've been with a lot of women. In Atlanta, I did pretty well in Atlanta. My numbers were pretty high in Atlanta. I was getting a lot of women. I used to go to clubs and have like the best looking girl with me, and I had girls, that I literally could walk up and I couldn't really dance. I would just kind of do the move with my waist, and that was good enough to get me by because I was good looking. I looked the same way, but I had all my teeth, and I was always been good looking. They used to love me, man. They used to go crazy over me in them clubs. At 16, I think is when I lost my what to it was a woman who was Spanish, and she was like part African, like half of both, and she had tribal marks on her forehead in Atlanta. I didn't tell you that. Well, now you know. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty cool.
I guess. I mean, this guy. So look at the comment. I gotta delete it. This guy. Uh, no, I didn't lose. No, I didn't lose that one. That's what I used. Yeah, how dare you? But yeah, long story short, yeah, no, it was crazy because there was like this redneck dude, and he was trying to put up like a fight too for her, and it was hilarious because he was trying to talk to her with me right there. And he's like, "You don't want to, you don't want to go home with this hillbilly," and I'm like, look, like I was looking at him like, bro, look at you, like what? I'm a hillbilly. I look calm and collected and intelligent. I'm good looking, and this dude really looked like a hillbilly. I'm like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. I was making fun of him too, right in his face. We were getting into it in the club. I used to get in all sorts of altercations in the clubs in Atlanta. I mean, I'm talking real stuff. And I'd always win. You know what I mean? The only one I didn't win is when he cheap shotted me, that big dude that was like 6'8", some redhead, and I think he was the security at Wild Bill's when they set me up in there because I was doing too well. But that was more like a badge of honor, and like I said, it was a cheap shot. There was nothing I could do. I didn't even see it coming. But and I still woke up too. I was knocked unconscious. I woke up and then I was ready to go and trying to find him, but he had already ran away because he was scary. But my whole point is like, yeah, that was crazy that day. He was trying to like convince her like, oh, you don't want to. I mean, we'd actually have to go through that in the clubs when I was younger, man. Isn't that funny? You don't get stuff like that anymore because the new generation is so politically correct. But yeah, he was trying to actually talk smack, and I mean, I was the guy in the club that I guess she wanted, and that was it. She was like over 40. I had a couple of girlfriends that were over 40. Like usually older women would chase me and pursue me. That's why people don't get that was never really a new thing for me. But yeah, she had like tribal marks on her forehead. Um, but yeah. Um, and then at some point, I kind of realized that she was like a complete, you know what, like a complete, I don't know, name one, TJ, you know what I'm saying? Like a complete Pamela Anderson or a complete Angelina Jolie. I'm not really serious about that. I think she had a husband and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. Then the sister was trying to get with me. She was like, "You look like my ex," and we were like in the same house, bro. So it was like mad awkward because like I think the sister wanted me to like go into the bedroom, and like it was a whole thing, dude. Like I guess they both liked a white boy or something like that, and I'm country too, so I sound country. They dug the Texas accent in Georgia. If you want to find women, Georgia's the place to do it. Anyone will tell you that. That's the real talk. I mean, if you want to, if you're trying to find a woman and you're single, Georgia's the place to go. And they
I
ain't too
beg to
smart in
differ.
Georgia, huh?
Uh, I beg to differ. I
Well,
would say
they're not too smart in Georgia either. I mean, I had fake. I never had a baby mama, but I had fake baby mamas that were black chicks, TJ, and I'd get with them out there, and then one of them tried to pull. See, Tyree Sneed's pretty hood. That's what people don't get. I'm pretty ghetto with it. Like I used to, get with the black chicks, and I mean they'd have like full figures and all that. I really shouldn't be talking about all this, but we might as well. And uh, yeah, and
man said full figure.
it has to say, yeah, she had a full figure for sure, and she hopped right on it. It was like the song "Get Down on It, Get Down on It. If you really want it, get down on it. You gotta feel it, get down on it. I'm not giving you my money." So that's what happened. She like I was doing the music thing at the time, and I got like a fade, so I'm on like my white rapper stuff, and I think my rap name was like I Plead the Fifth at the time, and the dude I was rapping for, he was trying to make fun of me with the name, and I didn't realize it. So I kind of got at him one time when I went to Florida after that. But I've been all over, man. But my point is,
Did he try to
uh,
call you B Rabbit?
hey man, I scared the hell out of him one day. He got on the phone. He was an older man though. You gotta understand. Like I was a young kid, so I could kind of get away with whatever. And he was a grown man. The two grown men that recruited me were named John, and it was like Isaac Johann. He made a shirt thing called the Johann Isaac Project. I'm gonna have to look his name up and see if he's still around, if I can get in touch with him. My best friend was Marco Thompson, and they were both grown men. They're both black men. Marco was banned from the whole state of Pennsylvania. That's how much of a gangster he was. Like they banned him from the whole state. They said there's no way we can have you here because you're just you know what to society. Like I hung out with straight gangsters like when I was a kid. Like I was only like 18 and I was getting into a bunch of stuff and that was the people I rolled with and hung out with so they would teach me about the streets and everything. So that's what people don't get. Um and I'd go out there and do manual labor. We did that construction project with the whole picture where I'm picking up the whole wall by myself and all that. Um, I'm really hoping too that the yesterday I didn't give myself a hernia while I was doing the muscle ups and all that because I'm having like a little part that's inflamed, but it might be because of what I'm going through. But it's either that or a lymph node or something. But hopefully I'll be all right. Because that's the last thing I need with what I do, man. I got to be able to move and be active, you know, and I can't have something slowing me down or enlarging and giving me a problem somewhere else. I really don't need that problem right now. So pray for me on that. But yeah, I mean, no, the deal was with the full figured one, like it was all right for a time being. Tyree's really impatient. Like I have no patience for it. So it was all good and it was all candy yams and rainbows and all just fine until the black chick tried to pull the I need clothes for my son or something like that or some nonsense. I said, "You're gone. That's it. The relationship's over. No, you don't get no money. No, hell no." I think she wanted like I don't know if I did trick off and be nice at that time because I was a nice guy, but I doubt it. I don't think so. That's not my character. I don't think I would do that. I'm pretty sure I said no. But she was trying. Yeah, I think I said no. Yeah, and then I broke up with her, and then she was all mad, and then started issuing illegal statements about who she was going to send, where I was living at, and you know how they do. But yeah, I've been at it with some project chicks, TJ. I need a project chick. Give
Well,
me
don't
a
go for the
hundred rap.
project chicks, and you won't
One
have
that will
project
take,
problems.
one that don't give a what and say she took that. I need a project chick. Give me a hood rat.
I don't. I
Real
don't
talk.
think. I don't think you should sing that song. I think that's inappropriate
I think it's a
for this
classic. It
platform.
can be quiet. I think it's a classic, and you should know a classic when you hear it, TJ. That's what I think.
Well, I know what a classic is. Uh, uh, you know what? Uh, I just
But wait.
don't.
What if I sing this one? What if I sing this one? You got a white looking dog, huh? You went down to the corner store, huh? You wanted to buy you a blunt and a Swisher Sweet, huh? You was mad balling in the game, huh? You know what I mean, huh? Yeah, 'cause that's juvenile, huh? Yeah, huh? You don't like that song?
Um,
Man, that's my song. You
sounds
a
like an
paper
AI
chaser.
version
You got
song.
your block on fire, remaining a G until the moment you expire. You know what it is to make something out of nothing. You handle your biz and don't be crying and suffering. I love that song. That's my jam. I played it on one of my Batman shorts. But yeah, like I said, I mean, the minute that she was like, "Oh, can you pay for some clothes for myself?" Like, what? Why am I going to support your son if he ain't mine? I had the right mentality back then. Like it wasn't even about that. I'm just like, I'm not going to just give you money. That's what they do. Tell them that ain't the truth. Is that not the truth? That I mean, I don't care what no one says. That ain't no stereotype. If they a black chick, they gonna ask you for money, straight up. I've had tons of them do it. The Mexican ones do it too. I had one in San Antonio try to do that with me. Got with me and then talking about I'm getting out the car. We going to Denny's or something and talking about like, yo, can I get $200? No, hell no. I was mean back then, TJ. Like I'm nicer now, but back then I was like, hell no, like I was offended. How dare you ask me for money? Like what? That's crazy. I still think it's kind of crazy, but dudes actually trick off on them and do it, and that's why they feel entitled or they don't have a choice. I kind of feel bad now because I think she like actually needed it for like her rent. You know, like I'm nicer now. I would have just done it for as a stranger. I would have been like, here you go, you know, but I understand more now, you know, but at the time I was a rich white yuppie snob TJ and I just didn't I didn't understand. That's what I'm telling you. God has brought me a long way, man. God has reminded me and humbled me and made me
Me
grateful
that to
for
be
anything
grateful.
I get. See, that's the thing. They try to shame you on here and be like, "Oh, you're begging for donations. That's fine. I'll beg whatever. I've flown a sign. I've panhandled. I've done everything. That's my journey with God. God has to teach me and show me that to be grateful for every little penny and dime I get. I mean, is that a bad lesson or a good lesson? Asking you.
No, I think it's good.
Right, that's a good lesson to learn because I mean, I've had tons of money. I've had so much money I don't know what to do with. People used to know me down here when I had plenty of money. I mean, money ain't everything, man. It just isn't. And that's the problem with a lot of the so-called women. They want to just get money, and it just don't work like that. The thing that always perplexed me, man, and really want your opinion on this, and then we'll probably call it quits for today, and you can message me or call me. But why, if I used to go into these strip clubs, right, when I was younger, right, and I mean, I'd have like over $250,000 in the bank or something, right? What the hell is wrong with so-called women that they see someone like that, and they know you have that kind of money? Are they not slow for that? I mean, you can't sit here and tell me that they're smart. I mean, you got to be a pigeon brain. I mean, especially if he's good looking like me. I mean, and some of them have tried to nab me, or have for a little while, and I just don't understand that school of thought that they'll act like they're bougie, or like you're supposed to give them your money or like pay them for their presence, and instead of trying to find the man who's good looking and has the money and that you actually want. Like, I just never understood that. I mean, what's your opinion on that?
I mean,
So they stay stuck in that career, shake your tail feather forever instead of getting anywhere. Like, that's just dumb as hell. I don't. There's no way you can justify that. Like, that's silly as hell.
What's going
When
on,
you
Captain?
could find a way out of it, they don't know how to get out of it. They think it's really a career. But go ahead.
I think they need a white man to tell them that, baby,
Well,
you
then
can
I'll
be
just
better
have
than
to go
this.
ahead and tell them. What? Say it again. I'll, I'll just have to go ahead and let them all know to their face. No, you want to know something that you will laugh at? I think that's pretty funny. You want to know how I used to handle them in the strip clubs in Vegas? They used to sit down, and they're so entitled. I mean, I couldn't stand them, bro. I mean, you go in when you go in the strip club the first few times, you're happy, it's fun. You're like, oh my goodness, look at that everywhere. It's cool for a minute, but once you get acclimated and you go about the third time, all the acting stops. Okay, and they start getting to know you a little bit, and that's when it gets kind of uncomfortable. And what they do is I'd sit down at the table, right? And I just gambled all day. I'm making a living off gambling. I'm already tired and in a bad mood if I had a bad day. And if I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna be in a bad mood when I leave there anyway, because you're gonna make me spend too much money anyway, because you're gonna have me drunk or whatever and having a good time, and you're gonna try to, entice me and seduce me with your little antics. And so I basically TJ, we